my god, he just ran in.
I just realized, Comrade Sammy, that even though you're the only one here that clip was programmed in, I'm like, oh, she probably won't like that. Sorry. Just take it as a friendly hello from me to you on this fine Wednesday. Here we are. A new Wednesday already is upon us. And I just... sorry. I'm really sorry. I think the volume was better though, right? I mean, it's blown out, but I kept the volume being streamed lower, so it's a little better. I just figured, I hadn't heard Leroy Jenkins in a while, that battle cry, and I put it in there, but then I totally forgot it was in there until I just saw it play now, and I was like, oh shoot, she's gonna hate this. Yeah, sorry. My apologies. Maybe I should flush that down the system and never show it again, but how's that possible? It's so good. It's such a good clip. Hope you are doing well, Comrade Sammy. You're first in chat. Thanks for showing up. Where is everybody? Everybody's out in the YouTube etherverse. We've got a lot to get through today, and my schedule is still jam-packed out the wazoo, but I wanted to stay faithful and get a Wednesday stream in. I was even toying with the idea of live streaming as I was driving to go to the comic book store, because I knew that I was probably going to hit a couple stores today, just based on what books were coming out and what I had in one store reserved that I might not have in another store. Anyway, I was like, oh, it could be an adventure. I could do a mobile live stream, and I was doing some tests out with my phone and doing mobile live streaming, which I think is pretty cool. I've seen some people do it like at conventions or at stores, and I'd like to do it. The trick is, one, I don't want to get in a car crash. That would be bad. Two, you don't know if the store owners or where you're going, your destination, people will be cool with it. So I was a little hesitant without prepping anybody ahead of the time of hey, I'm coming, I'm going to be live streaming. Are you cool with that? It takes a certain relationship to be okay with suddenly being on stream. And then three, I just had a lot going on already, and all the technical issues. I got a little nervous about trying to throw that into the mix as well. But I think I want to try it sometime. I think it'll spice things up a little bit, make it a little bit more unique. Not all the time, but just try it out and see how that goes. I kind of feel like I need to do it with somebody with me. That'll make it a little bit more fun as opposed to me talking to myself. I don't know. All crazy ideas. But yeah. So when we'll say I chickened out of doing that, I did talk to Frank about it. I was like, hey, Frank, I might walk in here one day live streaming. What do you think about that? He might be the first store that I tried out, Amazing Fantasy, which is the clip we watched there. I have a good enough relationship with Frank, but he might let me do that. So when I didn't do that, then I was like, well, I definitely need to stream. And then seeing what books came out today, I was like, oh, geez, there's a lot of stuff that came out. There's Free Comic Book Day, which I missed, which was on Saturday, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then I still have the two packages that I didn't unbox last time. They've just been sitting on my shelf, and I got to get those open because I want to read them. I was really excited about the last unboxing we did. I really enjoyed that one, the Wolverine story, the Wolverine graphic novel. And so I'm like, I got to open these other ones. So too much stuff. So I was like, I'm going to just try and cram it into Wednesday as much as I can. But then at the same time, I have a hard stop where I have to go and drive and pick up my kid. But then if I can get my other kid to go pick up this kid, then maybe I don't have a hard stop. Anyway, there's a lot going on. there is a lot going on. It's like end of the year or end of the school year bananas. So yeah, that's what's going on. But it's just still me and you, Comrade Sammy. Friendly hello, right? Don't be on your phone while driving. See, there you go. That's good advice. Fair enough. Fair enough. Practice safe driving. Yeah. I could bring Marty. It's true. Marty would be great. Marty's schedule is, because he's a firefighter, he has not necessarily a predictable schedule. Well, at least not predictable to me. It's not like he's going to work Monday to Friday and then he's off on the weekends. So he'll like work certain shifts and then he's off a few days and then he's on a few days. And so, yeah, if I can get him to be one Wednesday, preferably a Wednesday, if he's off and he's game during that time, that would be cool. He'd be really fun to do that with because he'd provide a great commentary. We'd probably laugh the whole time. So yeah, he's a good one. He's a good one to kind of bring out. I was even thinking of my friend Alan because we've been needing, and he's been here in the chat before, we've been needing to go hit up a comic book store together. So he could be a possibility, but yeah, I always have these grand ideas. And then when I try and loop other people in, it's like, maybe it only works for me. We love unboxings. Oh wait, it's just me. Where is everybody? There must be something going on. Either a better stream going on, which is very well possible, or notifications did not work, which is highly likely, or yeah, people are just busy, which is cool. Totally cool. I get it. No, I totally get it. One of the cool things I got is I've got a couple of cool technical things that I have adjusted for this stream. Kind of geeky, but a lot of people that do YouTube streaming, they use a thing called Stream Deck, which is like basically it's like a controller to switch cameras to I don't know, just you can customize everything. It just creates buttons for you to control different things as you stream. So you could do like sound effects, like cueing sound effects, as opposed to me like clicking my mouse to do it. I'm assuming you're hearing this. So stuff like that. Or you could switch cameras. And so I actually was able to get a extra camera, or phone in this case, that I could use as a camera. So I set up a new view, and I will demonstrate that to you. It's kind of an interesting view. I mean, I think it'll be a cool view. It'll probably be better when I'm like drawing more on stream or something like that. But check this view out. Huh? Look, you can see more of my room. Look at that. I set up like an overhead view. You can see this is my camera that I use to film down shots, like when I'll show you the comic books. And then my camera that I'm talking to is right there. And then, but you can see the lights here and then my mic here and a little bit more of my room. So that's kind of cool. What do you think about that? Oh, and then, not that I can point the camera to it, but I've got I set it up so that the camera that I'm talking to is now mounted to my screen. And so it won't tip over anymore. Yay, it won't tip over anymore. Oh, hey, Mark's Music Obsession is here. Hey guys, wasn't paying attention. That's okay. So maybe it's not the notifications. Maybe it's you, Mark's Music Obsession, not paying attention. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome. Good to see you. I was just mentioning to Comrade Sammy, my lone audience for the last 5-10 minutes. I've got a couple of like tech adjustments that I did. So you can see here, I've got this extra view, which actually shows how bad my posture is. I'm like hunched over. I'm like a little golem in the corner. But you can see a little bit of my tech setup here, which I thought was neat. And this view will probably be more more valuable like when I'm drawing, when I draw more on stream or whatever. I don't know. I can figure it out. But I can definitely set up that overhead camera over there in different places or like have it angled differently. So I just got that set up and I can switch to and from. And then I can switch from that camera to, let's see. So this is that. Hello? See that view a little closer? Again, my posture looks really bad. But then I can also switch back to my overhead shot here. See? Oh, I don't want to see that in frame. That's when my stand's in frame. My overhead shot here. So it's kind of cool, this StreamYard thing. I now know why people use it or like talk about it so much when it comes to YouTube streaming, because it's super handy. And then, like I said, I could do sound effects pretty fast. I can add music now. You guys hear that? So it's pretty cool. It's like, it just makes it a lot easier and a lot faster to do. Set up little buttons and stuff. Pretty neat. I stop that. And then what else can I do? I can even turn on and off my backlights. Let's see. See that? Pretty neat. I got different controls for those lights. So you guys are seeing a little bit of the magic back there, or behind the scenes magic of what's going on. Mark's Music Obsession says, my phone didn't ring. Oh, bummer. Boo, we love it when it tips. Oh yeah, so like I was saying, like check this out. Like see this kit, like as I'm moving my monitor, which is on an arm. Here, I'll put this view to my corner view. Boop. And then, okay. So you can see as I'm moving my monitor, but the camera is mounted to the top of the monitor. There's this cool little mount I bought. So now it won't tip anymore. And it gives me more space underneath the monitor. I guess this is blocking, so you can't totally see. But I have more space underneath. I can push the monitor back farther. Before, if I would push it too far back, I would knock over the tripod that it was mounted on. So I'm upgrading. It's Rocky 2.0. Speaking of which, I've got 222 subscribers. I forgot to put that in the title for today's stream. 222. That's got to be lucky in like Chinese culture, Asian culture. Either that or it means death. I think the number 4 means death. I think. But 222, that's got to be lucky, right? So 222 version 2.0. We're doing it. We got 2 people watching. No. Oh, no. We have 3 people watching now. Howdy. I'm here. Emo Trash, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Did your notifications work? She was distracted too. Drawing equals distraction. Hey, if you're distracted by drawing, there could be worse things. So I approve. By all means, be distracted by drawing. Comrade Sammy says, still waiting for that chat ninja. Touche. That's a line drawn in the sand. I told you I was going to work on something like that, and I have not. So thank you for the reminder, because I will. It's going to be great. Everybody's saying hello to Emo Trash. Oh, Rocky getting fancy now. I'm trying to keep it, I don't want to see me in the corner. Trying to keep it, keep it interesting. I mentioned to Comrade Sammy, I gotta sit properly. Now that I see that other angle, I feel like I'm hunching like a humpback. Or a hunchback, not a humpback. That's a whale, Rocky. But now that, you got to keep it fresh. And that's what I was saying. I was mentioning to Comrade Sammy before Emo Trash and Mark got into the chat that I was almost going to do a live stream from my phone as I was going to the comic book stores today. But I decided against it because I didn't want to crash my car, and there was a few technical things that I was a little nervous would or wouldn't work or would look weird. So I didn't do it, but maybe it'll happen in the future. I just got to find the right format to do it. But I think it could be kind of cool. It'd be like me out in the wild. I'm not just stuck here permanently in this little corner of my house reading comics, being slipped under my door. Like, I do get outside, people. So, yeah. Upping the quality game. I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying. Hey, K-pop junkies here now. Now the party's getting started. How you doing? Welcome. Come out. Hope you get comfortable in the chat. We've got a lot to get through. I think I'm trying to cram in too much stuff, but it's okay. We'll cross our fingers. I can get my older kid to go pick up my younger kid from school so that I don't have to split. But if I do, I might have a hard stop at 4, but hopefully I can get it all in anyway. But I'm glad you're here, K-pop. Everybody's saying, hey. Only makes sense. 4 is my favorite number, LOL. Well, let's go for 40 people, 44 people in here, as opposed to 4. But 4 of my favorite people. So don't tell the other 40 people. It says 5 watching on mine. Hey, that's either maybe one of those people is me. Every time I start a stream, I'm like, 1 watching. Cool. Oh, that's me. So, always got to subtract that 1 in my final count. Rocky is doing the artist shrimping, TM. Oh, yeah. It's like, sometimes I set up my camera purposely a little higher so that it forces me to center my spine and sit up. Because, yeah, if I set it up to my natural position, my head would probably be down here, as you saw in that other angle. So, yeah, it's not good. Yeah, don't crash. I'll try. I trash. You can have a 24-hour live. I don't think I could pull that off. I know some people stream. What was it? Shelby was saying he streamed for like, I don't know, 12 hours one time or something, bananas like that. Like, I couldn't do that. I would die. I would die on stream at hour probably 4. And then I would start saying things that were not good and would probably start babbling things that were not good and saying things I'd regret. Sometimes I feel like those people that do stream super long streams probably shouldn't. Because the human beings are not meant to be under such a watchful eye of like total strangers watching your every move from different angles. Cue that angle. Shrimp body. Not meant to be watched in a fishbowl for that long, I don't think. However, random, I saw an ad for a TV show or a documentary that's going to start airing. I think it should be on right now. I think it was supposed to appear May 3rd or premiere May 3rd. I heard about it on NPR, and it's a documentary called The Contender. Oh no, is it The Contender or The Contestant on Hulu? I think it's The Contestant. And it's basically a documentary following this Japanese reality show before reality shows became a thing, really. And it was before Truman Show, where they just followed this guy like 24 hours a day. They didn't even explain much to him, but he had to be like, they convinced them that he needed to be naked and like he was starving, and they put him through all these like crazy, I don't know, I didn't even get the whole picture. I just kind of heard part of the interview, but they put him through this crazy like trials that he had to do to earn points so that he can get like a bowl of rice or whatever. And he started going a little crazy, but it became this huge show in Japan, and he became famous, and he had no idea that what was going on. And each time they kept saying, "Oh, this is gonna win you the grand prize," and I think it was something small like $10,000, but to him that was a big deal. But he had no idea he was being filmed like 24 hours. So it was this crazy Japanese psychological experiment. And the guy who created the show, they interviewed him too. And like, I guess apparently the contestant had some psychological issues, as you can imagine, once he found out and got out into the real world. Like he was really paranoid and all these kind of things happened. And so they said that he met up with the creator of the show many years later. And the creator of the show kind of apologized to him. Not really. And then they have this clip. And again, I haven't seen this. I just saw the trailer. They have this, and I heard about this interview on NPR. But they have this clip where the creator's like, yeah, I don't regret that I did it. Like, I'm really proud of this show. And it was a cutting edge and blah, blah, blah. So it's really messed up. But that all being said, human beings aren't meant to be watched so closely for so long. So a 24-hour stream might not be a good idea. All right, let's see. And yet Hollywood exists. Yeah, right? No kidding. Oh, Art and Times of Jay Ryan is here. Every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. That's right. That's a good song. Art and Times of Jay Ryan, he posted something on his YouTube community tab. He was asking about favorite video games that are based off of comics. I saw that this morning and I gave a little response. So if you guys have an opinion on that, leave a comment on his channel, because that's a great question. My votes were Street Fighter versus X-Men, which I guess technically is Marvel versus Capcom. But I remember those versions of, like, I felt like they captured the personalities of the X-Men in fighting form so well, and they were so amazing. Like I remember freaking out as a kid because you saw these characters that you had been reading about and loving and invested in as a comic book, like come to life in animation in the video game. And like all of their power moves and their voices were just so spot on. So I love that game. That was a fun game. That was super addicting, as all fighting games are. And then the other one I talked about was the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. I remember spending lots of money on that. And like, I loved how it could be 4-person and you could pick which turtle you were. And each turtle had their weapons. I guess that one was probably based more on the cartoon than the comic, but you could argue it one way or the other. But yeah, those are my 2 votes. So if you guys know of any other comic books that have turned into video games, let him know. Let him know. He's asking. He wants to know. He's taking a poll. Emo Trash says The Contender is a book. I don't remember if it was Contender or Contestant. I'm going to look it up right now. The Contestant. Yeah, it's called The Contestant. This true story of a Japanese reality TV star left naked in a room for more than a year, tasked with filling out magazine sweepstakes to earn food and clothing, prompts innumerable questions about our culture of oversharing. It looks awesome. I mean, like awesome in a sense that it's like a fascinating documentary. So yeah, I can't wait to check it out. It is out already. The Contestant. Oh man, that thing was a nightmare. Hey, all, just hopping in to hit the like and say hi. Hopefully pop back later. Okay, Katie, thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. Thanks for giving me a like and for showing up. And hope you're well. Hope to see you back here soon. We will be going on. Like I said, hopefully I can get my son to go pick up my other kid. That would be great. That'll give me a little bit more time. If not, I'm going to start talking really fast before 4 o'clock. Up to 6 minus 1 now. Okay, 5. That guy was traumatized. Yeah, I know. It's like, it's so fascinating, but at what cost, right? But it's that reality show thinking. Like we're so fascinated in watching people, the psychology of how people act in certain scenarios. So like my family was obsessed with like Survivor at one time. We were just addicted to that show, especially during COVID. We watched a lot of Survivor. Used to watch a little bit of Fear Factor, although I'm not big on people eating like cow eyeballs and balut, which is it's a Filipino delicacy, but it's basically like an unborn chick in an egg form. It's really nasty. Or like maggots. Like I'm not big on that, so I only watch a little bit of Fear Factor. What other reality shows would we watch? Well, like the singing reality shows, but yeah, Survivor was a big one. Sometimes I watch some episodes of Naked and Afraid, but yeah, I couldn't really get into that one because it was disturbing. I think Survivor Man was one of it, where it was just one guy. He'd always put himself into like really harsh environments and then survive, and he was like a survivalist. That was pretty cool. Anything of like surviving, I guess it's kind of big on. Katie saying hey. Everybody's saying hey to Katie. Mark's Music said they filmed Truman Show in a town pretty close to where I live. Okay, holy cow, Mark's Music obsession. That is crazy because, and I wish he's here. Maybe he'll show up later. So I wonder if I should share this. I don't think he'll care. Oh well. Shanth got married in that town. And we stayed, like some of the groomsmen, some of the groomsmen stayed in one of the houses, I believe that was used, or definitely in the neighborhood where he filmed like Truman's house, and like where he would come up and say, good morning, good afternoon and good night, like all that kind of stuff. Like we were in that neighborhood, and it totally looks like a movie set. I forgot what the name of the town is. Maybe you'll pop it in the chat. But yeah, that was an amazing location. So that is crazy that is close to where you live, because not that we knew you back then, but our human being footprint was there, and for a pretty momentous occasion for Shanth. So how crazy is that? And I love the Truman Show. I think that's such a brilliant movie. Did you guys ever remember that movie Ed TV? It came out like maybe like either half a year or a year after Truman Show, and it was starring Matthew McConaughey. And it was very similar in concept. It was like one of those things of like, it's like when Bug's Life came out and then DreamWorks released Ants. It was kind of that feeling of like, wait a minute, this is too close. But then when you think about it, there's no way they could have copied it and then quickly made a new one. It's like they must have been working at it at the same time, like Ed TV and Truman Show and Bug's Life and Ants. It's just that the ones that are more popular and arguably better came out first. So the unfortunate thing of entertainment in Hollywood, no idea is original. But yeah, I do remember watching Ed TV, and that one took place in San Francisco. So there was a lot of landmarks here that reminded me of home. But I did like Truman's Show better. Like Jim Carrey was brilliant in that movie. Sounds like the plot of Squid Game. Yeah, I watched Squid Game. That was disturbing. It was good, but that was a disturbing show. Really disturbing. Hey, Katie and the art. Hello, all. Hey, John. How are you? Good to see you. Comrade Sammy was asking about you less than a half an hour ago. We were like, where is John? Where are you people? But everybody's coming in now. John saying how the hellos. Good to see you guys. Comrade Sammy, did you sense I was saying hello to you? The chat ninja skills. She's good. Comrade Sammy's good. I got to work on that clip. John says, I'm 8 minutes out. No problem. You're so faithful. Just skip forward. Just skip live. Those previous 8 minutes, I don't need to know. Nothing important. Except everybody showing up and everything I'm going to do today. Nah. Don't worry about it. You can watch those 8 minutes later. K-pop junkie says, I'm not big on eating that either. Yeah, gross. Oh yeah, the Fear Factor stuff. Yeah, that stuff. I mean, they even did some of that in Survivor, and yeah, they would couple that with giving all the Survivor contestants cash, and they could buy things in like an auction. And one of my favorite things that they would buy, that some people would buy, is like a big bowl of peanut butter, because I love peanut butter. So just to see them like enjoy it so much, and they would spend like $150 of their money just to buy peanut butter because they were so hungry. Like that was better than watching them eat a rotting cow head or something, whatever it is that they would ask them to do. My emo trash says, my boyfriend and I binge watch all of South Beach Toe a few years back. No drama seems to compare to living in Florida. South Beach. I don't even think I know that. Is that like, oh my gosh, what is that show? I just blanked on that show. The Jersey Shore. Is it like Jersey Shore? I watched a little bit of that, and that one's crazy. Yeah, there's nothing like it. It's understandable why they would make a reality show based on those things. Florida's an entirely different beast. Very cool about the wedding information. It was filmed in Seaside. Seaside, there you go. Beautiful location. Yep. Don't tell Shant I told you. Just in case that I just let a stalker know. Whoops. Ed TV was fun. Yeah, I think there was some great things in it. I think it just got overshadowed by Truman Show. So unfortunately, them's the breaks. And Ed TV was directed by Ron Howard, if I'm not mistaken, who is a powerhouse director. So just unfortunate that they kind of came in second. Comrade Sammy says, a little update on the turtle. It could take a while for him to heal since there was damage to his spine. Oh no. And it's too soon to tell if he can go back into the wild, but he's doing good. Are you keeping him while he's recovering, or is that at the animal control? I can't imagine them letting you keep him while he's healing, but that's really nice of you to check how he's doing. Poor little guy. Maybe he needs a little mutant goo to help him along. Good turtle update. Chat Ninja soundbite must happen. Lots of yelling. Yep. I did this for her just now.
Oh my god, he just ran in.
Maybe that needs to be part of the Chat Ninja sound. I don't know. John's 1 minute out. He's speed listening. No clue, but South Beach just straight up follows tow truck drivers in my... Oh, South Beach Tow. That's what you're saying. Oh, okay. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, there's those shows about like the people that go and like ice fish or like break up ice. Like I know they had a reality show of something like that. So they make a reality show about anything. They've done some cool reality shows. I feel like the reality shows that are about like creatives, like I remember watching, there was one called Face Off that was following people who were trying to get into the makeup business. And one of the judges is a buddy of mine. His name's Kirk Thatcher, who worked at Jim Henson Studios for a long time. And he worked directly with like Jim Henson. So like that's how far back he goes. And he was also in the Star Trek movies and all that. Did a lot of film VFX. Awesome guy, super funny. And he was one of the judges. But I love that show. But it didn't really do well. And I feel like maybe because artists aren't as... There's not that much drama. I mean, that's not true. Because you see like Top Chef and all those things. They do well. I don't know. I could have sworn like maybe 5-10 years ago, somebody that I knew... I didn't know them personally, but like kind of friend of a friend's. I thought she was like cast in, excuse me. It was supposed to be like a pilot reality show following upcoming animators, but it didn't get picked up. It was probably boring. I don't know. Carmen says, nope, I called the care center to ask. Oh, that's nice of you to do that. That's great. Great for the update. Thank you. We will keep Mr. Turtle in our prayers. I hope he does. I hope his spine heals, because I guess their spine is part of the shell, right? I think that's how it works. Dang. Chat Ninja is like Leroy Jenkins. Never know when either will show up. Yeah, that's right. It kind of pairs up. It does pair up, Comrade Sammy. Leroy Jenkins, there's like a soul connection there, so we'll have to take that into consideration. Switching between tabs is annoying now. I go get food instead. All right. Face Off was my favorite show, K-Pop Junkie says. Cool. Yeah, it was good. I think they only had not more than 2 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if you remember Kirk Thatcher. He was the dude. He usually wore a top hat and had the funny comments. Big guy, beard, super funny. That was Kirk. Kirk is the kind of person that anytime I'd have conversations with him, I would my belly would hurt because he would make me laugh so much. He was so inappropriate and just the funniest guy. Really great writer, director. He's awesome. I'm still here. I can listen and cook at the same time. See, there's a reality show right there. Artists don't have drama, really? No, they do. I think it's like I don't know. I think it's just coupling the drama with making it exciting what you do, and so much of, at least being an artist, is just kind of sitting at your table doing this, as opposed to cooking something under a hot flame. It wouldn't be exciting to be oh, you've got to finish this sequence and you only have 2 hours to finish this 30-minute sequence. Go. Then you just be sitting at your desk drawing. You wouldn't be running around the kitchen getting ingredients and making things up and dropping knives. So I don't know. I don't know if at least animation, I don't know if that's really meant to be a reality show or seen in that way. It's just hard work and boring. The tediousness of it is boring. Let's see. Artists are the drama. Yeah, that's true. They are. That's true. Very dramatic. Yes, Cell and Spine are one. Thank you, Comrade Sammy. We'd love to know about Mr. Turtle Man. I don't know what his name is. Have you named him? Turtle Guy. We're all rooting for the little guy. It's true. It's true. Mr. Turtle. Aw. There was about 10 with some all-stars. 10 seasons? No, really? For Face Off? Really? Huh. Chat Ninja must have Turtle involved too. Okay, this is getting complicated. Let's see what we can do. Certain artists might not have drama, but on a whole, they are nothing but drama. That's what makes them good artists, I guess. I'm working with another artist for... I don't want to get too specific here because I could get in trouble. Let's just say I'm crossing paths with an artist at a school of a relative. And yeah, there's some drama there. There's some drama there because I'm an artist too. So there's a little bit of drama there, but it's okay. We can work together. I've worked with many, many artists who have many, many personalities, and a good majority of my career was as a director. And so I was telling this actually to my daughter this morning, that it's not about getting somebody to conform to do exactly what you want. You don't want somebody to just be a mindless robot to execute what you're trying to do or to create the art like you do it. The beautiful thing about artists and collaboration, and specifically animation, because you got to collaborate with other people, is finding and identifying that certain person's strengths, what they're really good at, and then giving them the boundaries to excel and encouraging them to lean into their strengths. And then as any strength, it's usually coupled, the flip side of the coin is it's coupled with a weakness, right? So somebody who could be really creative and has all these great ideas, they might not be a good planner, or they might not be a good executor. So you need to balance that out. And that's always the joy when you're directing a project, is being able to get a team of very, very different artists who have different strengths and getting them all to be moving the train in the same direction for a unified vision, and then bringing things to the table that you wouldn't as a solo artist do yourself. So that's kind of how I saw this particular situation that I'm in unfold. And, this person won't do things the way that I do them or do them in the same schedule that I do, but they bring something great to the table, like a great energy, a great, a viewpoint. And so just trying to leverage that and not make them feel like they're being squashed or like not seen, especially as an artist. Artists are so sensitive, and it's like, you gotta stroke that ego a little bit, and but not in a fake way, not in an inauthentic way. You gotta really like see their value and kind of put them in a position to succeed. So that's the goal, at least. Let's see. Emo Tress says, "Are you kidding? Drawing is the most dramatic thing. Flipping between references and getting pissed because it's not matching up right." It's true. It's true. I just don't know if I'd want to watch other people do that. Seriously, it's like, I don't know. Name. I'm not naming names. I'm not. That would be too dramatic. Okay. That's why I got this new camera mount, so my camera doesn't tip anymore. We're going to reduce the drama a little bit on this channel. Went pretty long. They had 1 to 2 off-season spin-off series. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to go back and look and see if I can find some of those previous seasons. I know the first couple seasons were great. And it was just so creative and amazing, like the challenges that they had to do. And again, some people are really good at certain things and some people are really good at others. So I loved it. I thought it was a fun premise for a show. No, I'm not going to be a name dropper. Maybe do something that involves ninjas for the sound, but they're silent. How do you do a ninja sound? That's the challenge. I got to figure this out. I will figure it out. I'll do something cool. Nope. Jim Henson Creator Series didn't last long, which is a shame. I love creative shows. Yeah. Oh. Maybe that was it. Maybe Face Off. Wait, wasn't it Face Off? Maybe I'm getting confused. Wasn't Face Off the Jim Henson show? Or maybe that was the one I was thinking. It was only a couple seasons. I might be getting confused. I don't know. Maybe they're the same show. I don't know. Artsy Peeps on YouTube, LMAO. Now there's some drama. Okay. That's the list. All right. Now for artists that are possibly my favorite drama. Michelangelo, Vincent van Gogh. Yeah. Fair enough. If they had YouTube channels, I mean, we'd be watching people like self-mutilate and drink themselves to death. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're in a totally different day and age as those masters. And if they had access and they had eyeballs watching them like we do, who knows what would have happened? Who knows what would have happened? Okay, Rocky is practicing the art of confusion now. I'm always confused. I don't know. That's your problem. You had to figure out the sound of a ninja. Holy moly. That is a big challenge. All right, let's get into it. Let's say, getting a text from Shant. Let me reply. Where are you? Not. That's live for you right there. I'm texting Shant. I just told him I'm streaming. He's doing a ninja sound now. Can't even hear it. There you go. I'm gonna press the sound button and it'll be like, yeah. All right. K-pop Junkie says that would have been interesting to see, like Vincent van Gogh on a reality show. I don't know. Like Amadeus or something, Wolfgang Amadeus, which I need to watch that movie again. I love that movie. All right, let's see. What do I do first, guys? Let's do the unboxings first. So there's three kind of, well, is it three things? Sort of, that I was thinking of talking about. One is the books that I picked up today, naturally, my Wednesday comics. 2 is the free comic. Oh, I'll talk about that, and I will start the unboxing. And 3 was the unboxing. So free comic book day was this Saturday, and I hyped it up last week. I hyped it up. Oh wait, let's open this one first. And I was like, oh, go support your comic book store. Free comic book day. And I was really excited. Like, from what I had heard was going to be coming out, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I want to check that out. And then Saturday came out, and we've been having really nice weather all the way for the most part. Saturday came around, and it started raining like crazy. So that kind of started the day off of like, do I want to go to free comic book day in the rain? Like, comics and rain don't really mix. And then secondary or I'm sorry. What happened? Oh. Okay, let's see. How far back? Wow, this is really far. How did that happen? How did that happen? When I switched views, was it muted? Dang it. That's frustrating. Bubble, let me rewind. Dang it. I just got all this new equipment and all these fancy buttons, and I blew it. All right, let me see if I can get in here. He's doing a ninja sound now. Oh, man. You guys stuck in like a long time. Holy cow. When I switched views, I need to... that was a perfect time for a bathroom break. Silent ninja stream. I am so apologetic. I apologize greatly, guys, that this happened. Make this the chat ninja soundboard. Oh, man, he doesn't pay attention. I do and I don't, apparently. He is unboxing Absolute, which is a silent... gosh. That was like 20 minutes of me ranting. This is a long boom. No, gosh. This is embarrassing. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. I need like, what can we do? Like, I think next time I do that, maybe you guys do like, he got too fancy. I did. I know. Do me a favor, guys. Next time I am silent, put emojis like crazy in the chat. That'll catch my attention. I think when I see like the chat go and it's like text, it's like I just think you guys are talking to each other and stuff. I'll catch up. But maybe next time do like crazy emojis or like something colorful so that I can see it. You can pick an emoji. I don't know if there's like a shush emoji or like a red X emoji, something that will get me noticing that I've boomered it out. Just like Sean. Still hasn't changed. How many months have I been doing this? And I'm still muting myself. Oh boy. Save me. You are a dork emoji. Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one. Like, I wish you guys could send me sounds. Oh boy. How you doing, Sean? How are you? I just told Mark's Music Obsession had mentioned that he lives very close to where they filmed Truman Show. And I told him something about you with that. So hope that was okay. Goodbye. How you doing, man? I'm glad to see you here. You've been super busy. We need to reconnect. Not just on stream, but in general. I know you've been super busy, though. Mark's Music Obsession says he's first. You're first, Shant? Or you're telling Shant you're first? You got to look at the chat, see the emojis. It's true, but I mean, I see the chat, but I think the colors and a repetition of like symbols will catch my attention versus just text, because text just kind of passes by. And like I said, I think you're just talking to each other. I just need help is what I need. And Shant can't always help me or call me. Lauren had a house there for years. Okay, cool. That's why they picked that location for your special day. So, yeah, this is Absolute. I think during the silence, I had mentioned that I'm a big fan of Jason's work. I just love what he's doing. I love that he is embracing like his condition, because I know he has very limited eyesight, but he just loves comics so much that he does whatever it takes to create them. And I just love that. He seems like a genuine guy who loves what he's doing. He's funny. He's not pretentious about it at all. He just loves drawing, loves comics, loves the influences that he loves, and this is great. This is fun. So yeah, I'm gonna share this book with my local stores, and like I'd mentioned earlier, maybe I'll use it. Maybe I'll do like a giveaway or something on this channel. Figure out how to do that, because that would be a cool little thing to do. And I know Shelby did a cover. I was secretly hoping I got one of those covers in this pack, but I didn't. I know Shelby did a variant cover on this, which was awesome. So cool. Yeah, that was it. That was it, but that was one of the unboxings, was this book, Absolute One Stormy Night. Did any of you guys pick this up? Let me know if you did. Let me know what you think. I love that it's black and white. I love that it's silent, as my chat, or as my streaming was. And yeah. All right, here's the other one. All right, let me make sure nobody in the chat is telling me I'm muted, or like my underwear is showing, or my camera's tipped over, which it can't now. Oh my gosh, my eyes are watery. That was hilarious. Well, there you go. I'm glad that I could embarrass you. I need, like Mark's music obsession was asking many moons ago, I need those live captions so that when I accidentally mute myself, you guys can still understand what I'm saying. I'm worse. My ability to mute myself is worse than Jason's eyesight. It's really embarrassing. That's okay. That's okay. It's all good. All right, so here's the second package. K-Pop Junkie says, I got both covers. Jason is good peeps. Yeah, he seems like a good dude. Rocky, when you get too excited for your own good, how about a check on the chat a little bit more frequently? Yeah. Okay, I will. How do I know when I'm getting too excited? Sometimes I mute myself when I'm not that excited. Okay. Second book. Cool. This one's cool. So if you guys remember, wow, this one's a little bit damaged. I think I knew that though. I reviewed Atari Force #1. I shared with you guys Atari Force #1. We voted. It was one of the ones to vote to do a review on. And no surprise to anyone, I'm a huge fan of José Luis García López. And so I did a quick search on other books that he had done, and I heard about this one. It's called Star Raiders. I've never seen this before. So here we go. This will be the bat signal for the muted. Okay. I'll take it. But you got to put like 100 in your reply. That's a little subtle too, Mark. I need something like crazy loud. But whatever. If I see 100 of those appear, I will know something's up. Emo Trust says might need brighter colors. That maybe. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is cool. So more Jose Luis Garcia Lopez goodness. Looks like it's a sci-fi story. I mean, these characters could exist in his characters that he designed for Atari Force. I think that this came out before Atari Force, if I'm not mistaken. This is 1983. I think it did. I think Atari Force was late 80s. So yeah, but he also took this more, it says he's the artist, so he took a more painted approach to this book than Atari Force, which was traditionally pen and ink. This is awesome. His colors are great. Man, this guy. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez could do anything. He could draw anything. Look at that face. That's so cool. Such a cool character. It's like Gandalf or something. This is awesome. Painted comic book. Here you go, Shant. Painted comic book by a master. Your book will go next in the shelf to this. I saw something, I think Shanth mentioned on Twitter that he is working on his Second Chance campaign for Nosfero. Did you see that, Mark's Music Obsession? What was the name of it, Shanth? It's not Oxidized Version. What was the name of it? You had a cool name for it. Something like that. Wait, I'm going to look it up now. Search. Shanth just posted this on Twitter. Or maybe not just, but recently. He calls it... Oh, Oxidized Edition. I was right. Second Chance campaign we'll call Oxidized Edition. And then he's also doing an art edition. Holy moly, you guys. Get ready for that. Whenever he sets up a sign-up list or whatever, get ready for that. That's going to be amazing. So super psyched you're working on that, dude, as well as working on Nosfero 2. Wow, look at this. This is amazing. I love this. Katie's back. Hey, Katie. Oxidized Edition. That's so cool. You always have the coolest names. You should call it Oxidamus Rex. Oxidoxatroxavision. This is so cool. Really cool. I love Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Look at these guys. Amazing. He's just such a great, fantastic designer. I don't even know if he ever did work on like movies, but he would be perfect for costume design, character design for live action. This monkey character is so crazy but amazing. Yeah, I find his stuff, I don't know how you guys feel, but his stuff just has incredible appeal. As weird as he goes and as alien and strange as he designs some of his characters, they just all have a lot of appeal. Like, he's going crazy with these colors right now. Very intense, hot colors. Love it. I think this series, or this book, is self-contained. Look at this guy. It's awesome. Awesome. So much like emotion and like expression. Wow. Yeah, I think this is a self-contained book. There you go, Star Raiders. Check it out. You can buy this. I saw it. You know, it's not that hard to find, so if you're into it, check out Star Raiders. I will be dancing when the Second Chance is open. I want the total package, Shanth. He wants it all, Shanth. Oh, man. Nice. Let's see what else. Okay, we're getting close to time and I haven't heard back. I might have to do some communicating while I'm streaming. Otherwise, I'm going to cut this short. I don't think I can cut it that short. Okay, so as I had mentioned earlier, I Nah! See, it worked. It worked. It worked, you guys. Yes.
You're muted.
Every time I switch views now, why is it muting?
Because that view has muted your mic on it.
I know, but why? It didn't before. I think this time at least it was maybe like 30 seconds, right? Oh, jeez. Thanks, man.
A few seconds. Well, listen.
Yes.
Get back to work.
Yes.
Bye.
This is the mute stream. Oh, I love that guy. Okay, wait. I'm going to switch views, and then I'm going to see if I'm muted again. I am not muted. Dang it. So maybe it's just that view. Let me switch views. I'm not muted. Curious. Not muted. Now when I'm watching it, it doesn't mute me. Hey, the chat worked though. Gosh, dang it. Thank you, all of you guys chatting. All of you. See the yellow colors? I even see Mark's music obsessions emoji. I see it all. I do. I'm not going to even address me muting twice. Mark's music obsessions. I'm picky about my comic style and coloring are key. Sean's all about style and coloring. You're going to love it. John, I'm sorry. I'm a mess. On time, all the time. Awesome one. You know what? I'm muted all the time, apparently. You didn't miss much. I was silent for like 1,000% of this stream. That's not even a proper percentage, but I was muted for a lot of it. Here we go. See, this works. That works. I can see it. Boomer Rocky. Yeah, I know. Yep. That's a little dark, Mark. But you know, multiple of anything I can see out of the corner of my eye. Yep, I see it. Good gosh, we call this stream. Yeah, there we go. We do. I'm passing flying colors. What's up, persons? Hey, Mr. Monkey Boy, you didn't miss much. I was just muted I was muted more than I wasn't on this stream, so don't worry about it. Dang it. If I had a podcast, that would be horrible. At least you can see my pictures, like pretty pictures of comics flailing around. But if I had a podcast, man, I would be fired. I would fire myself. Anyway, so this is Ryan Stegman drawing Spider-Man, Ultimate Universe Spider-Man. This is one of the free comic book books. This crazy nightmare. It looks like what's that? Freddy's Nightmare? Nightmare Freddy's? Freddy, whatever that freaky horror movie with Freddy is. Kind of cool. I don't know what's going on. I don't follow much. So that's part of the reason I haven't picked up any of these Ultimates books, because I really don't have any context of what's going on with these characters anymore, to be honest. However, I did read through Blood Hunt, both versions, over the weekend. They're always trying to insert Venom and everything. I'm not a big fan of that. Dylan Brock. Don't know who that guy is. Venom War. Oh, okay. Huh. Anyway, that's cool. Shout out to Frank for letting me have these books late on Free Comic Book Day. A bunch of the other books were geared towards kids and teens, and so I didn't pick those up. Here's another one, Hellboy. Always got to grab a Hellboy. Here we go. Here's Amazing Fantasy stamp. So shout out to Frank. Frank is a good dude. He am I muted? No, okay. I got all paranoid. Frank's a good dude. He's super friendly, super kind to me, and always have great conversation with him. And he watches my streams. He's been very supportive of my YouTube channel and has left a number of comments as well. He left a comment on the last stream when I was talking about Blood Hunt, and he did the same thing I did, where he bought both issues, the non-red band version and the red band version, just to compare between the two. So yeah, after I read those, I liked it. It was a cool premise. It was a cool setup. Spoiler alert. Does it matter? I'm just muted anyway. It's not like you guys are going to hear what I said, but spoiler alert, spoiler alert. It looks like Blade, the character Blade, is behind the blood hunt, is leading the blood hunt. And the way that they ended it in the first issue, both in the red band version and the non-red band version, were totally different, but one was more gory than the other. So yeah, it was cool. I almost might, and I had mentioned this on stream, I almost might get the red band and regular version for all of them. I think there's only 4 issues of that book, or 5, 4 or 5 issues. Because it was interesting. It's just an interesting thing to compare, an interesting storytelling to see. You're kind of telling the same story, but one is just more amped up than the other. And Pepe Larraz is a great artist. Let's see. Awesome One says, hello, Awesome One. I didn't say hello. Hello, Opposite. Rocky is hip with the mute. I'm really good with the mute, guys. If you need somebody to help you learn how to mute yourself, I'm your man. Took away his own... Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well played. Well played. You are muted for over an hour. Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. That was a game long before it was a movie. Yes. That's what I was talking about. I never saw it. I never saw they played the game or watched the movie. Not my cup of tea, but it looked like they were kind of referencing that in that Ultimate book. I was. No comment. Just got back from the dump. Starbucks, Aldi's. I don't know what the dump is. I hope that's a place. I do know Starbucks and I do know Aldi's. So welcome back. Stranger Things. No, I was talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. I only watched the first season and half of the second season of Stranger Things. Then I fell off. I just loved them at that age on the first season. Second season, they were already starting to get aged up. And I was like, they lost their cuteness to me, their young kidness. Most of this book is Stranger Things. Oh, is it really? Yeah, they've been doing some crossovers with Stranger Things. I don't know. Not interested. You neglected the most obvious probability. The chat ninja muted you. Maybe. That would be amazing and scary. So this free comic book for Hellboy is written by Mike Mignola and drawn by Mark Laszlo. Oh, here's the Stranger Things you guys are talking about. This is what you guys are talking about. Gotcha. I don't know. We'll see. That's cool. It's always cool to see other people interpret Hellboy, and I love it when they bring their own take on it, as opposed to trying to do Mike Mignola, because you can't do that and not be compared to the master. So this guy's cool, Mike Laszlo. I don't know his work that well, but this looks cool. It's a fun version. It's a little bit more cartoony. Yeah, it's cool. Cool. Just recently, Mike Mignola announced that he's starting his own imprint with Ben Stenbeck, who I've reviewed his book a few times, Our Bones Dust, which I really enjoyed. And those guys have worked together before. So yeah, I like this first story. He's not in this, but I like this first story here. It's cool. Some sort of fortune teller stuff. I don't know what this one is. Oh, here's the Stranger Things here. I don't know if this has anything to do with Hellboy. It says featuring Stranger Things. Maybe it's just a backup story. See, I'm not that into this. Who's this artist? No offense. Jonathan Case. Oh, I have heard of Jonathan Case's stuff. I'm not that into Stranger Things being a comic book. Yeah. Sorry. I like that Hellboy story at the beginning. Free comic book day, though. Oh, here's all the Stranger Things. So that's cool. Mike Mignola always killing it with the covers. And then the last book I picked up was another something of Blood Hunt. This has nothing to do... I mean, this is not the Blood Hunt that I picked up. I don't know when this takes place. Sarah Pacelli, I believe she drew a lot of Miles Morales Spider-Man. Yeah, she drew a lot of that series, so she's good. So I guess maybe this is just elaborating more on the blood hunt. It's kind of cool. The premise is that somehow they triggered the dark force. Any character in Marvel that uses dark force. So that's like Cloak and gosh, I can't even remember. Most of these characters are obscure. I don't really know. But they just became, each of those characters were like, their insides were like flipped out inside out, and they were became an opening or a portal for the dark force. And that's where all these vampires are coming from. So they're using these different heroes as their portals to come into the real world, and they're taking over the real world. Like they're all working together to try and take over the real world. And then Blade, I guess, is behind it. At least that's how the first issue ended. And here's Dracula. I don't know if this is the Dracula. Maybe. Doesn't look anything like I remember him. So did this come out before this Blood Hunt? I'm not muted. I'm gonna keep checking if I'm muted or not. Who's this? I don't know what this story is. Some weird zebra girl. Is this X-Men? Oh, yeah. Inmate X. You never know what you're gonna get with Free Comic Book Day. I saw online like a bunch of artists. They would do like signings at stores that are doing Free Comic Book Day, which is pretty cool. And they would kind of make it a thing, as opposed to just putting out free comic books and that's it. That was awesome. I mean, that is awesome that they do that. But yeah, you never know. Like, they're always trying to entice you with like picking up a new book or getting into a certain series with the Free Comic Book Day. It's hit or miss, but it is free. This next book that I just picked up. So this is one of the books that I picked up today. Energon Universe #1, 2024 special. And I am a huge fan of what's going on in the Energon Universe. Transformers, Cobra Commander, Duke, Void Rivals. And so I'm totally keyed into that, and like that they've just been cranking out these monthly books, which is awesome. It's great. Like that's a surefire way of building an audience by being regular with releasing books. And I don't even know how they do it. Like, I think I was scarred by the whole time with image books coming out. Like they would come out with like 2 or 3 issues and then fall off and fall behind, and then it just became the norm of like, yep, there's nobody really comes out with a regular book anymore. But these guys have been super consistent, so that's a big reason why I pick it up, and I've been enjoying the stories, and the artwork's been great. And so I heard from Free Comic Book Day that one of the books they were coming out with was the Energon Universe special. And so that would have been the #1 book that I was going to pick up during Free Comic Book Day. As would have it, that was probably the most popular book, because all the Energon Universe books are selling really well, from what I understand. So I'm sure that when people saw that this was a free comic book, they would grab it, and it's supposed to tell some story that like connects plot holes or whatever. Well, stupid Skybound, I'm sure they knew this, but they probably knew they would sell out of all those free comic books. So what I heard from Frank today is that this printing is the exact replica of the Free Comic Book Day book. So I could have gotten this book for free, but I ended up paying $4 for it because I didn't go to the stupid Free Comic Book Day. But I had to have it. I kind of wanted to see it. So yeah, here's they have like 3 stories in here. One from Transformers, one from Void Rivals, and one for G.I. Joe. Written by the creative teams that are on each one of those books. Ryan Otley is, he's a great artist. I've seen some of his work. And Lorenzo De Felici is the current artist on Void Rivals. Jason Howard, I've heard of his work. Mike Spicer is a great colorist that's been working on these. Joshua Williams is the writer on, I think he's the writer on Cobra Commander and maybe even Duke. So yeah, they're using the same team and putting them all in this one book. And I missed out on the free version, so I had to buy this one. Okay, let's catch up here. I am the Helen Keller of streaming. I love that. Genius. Imagine that a trash truck doesn't come to your house, so you have to take your own trash to the dump. Oh, okay. It's literally the dump. Got it. I thought maybe it was like a cool restaurant or something. Helen learned how to sort of speak, but just let him deafen himself and he's there. Yeah. I think Helen Keller could stream a lot better than I could. Umbrella Academy too. Oh yeah, I read some. I have a couple of those volumes of Umbrella Academy, and I watched the first season of that Netflix show. That one was cool. Written by the guy from My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way, I believe. Yeah, that was a cool series. I think I read maybe 2 out of the multiple volumes that are out for Umbrella Academy. That's wild. The dump is wild. All I got for Free Comic Day was work. Boo! Shelby signed his artwork and sold some stuff Saturday. Yeah, that's cool. He was one of those artists that was at a comic shop and a local comic book shop. So that's great. I love that shops do that. I wish the shops, I think Mission Comics had a creator there. Not for a book that I would have picked up necessarily, but I saw some posts on social media that they did have creators at their store. I don't know if Comics Experience did. I don't think Frank did. I don't know about Isotope Comics either. So yeah, but that's fun when they can do that. If Free Comic Day was Saturday, then I was already tied up with 2 different events. Yeah, I'm bummed I missed it. You didn't clear a schedule for Free Comic Book Day? Yeah. It was my boyfriend's little sister's birthday party, and then I went to Rockfest at my old high school. It was me that picked that date for any of it. It wasn't me that picked that date for anyway. Yeah, it just happens. Free Comic Book Day usually is the first week of May, the first Saturday in May, from my understanding. So it's fun. Gerard Way, yep. All right, cool. So this is the Energon Universe. This is Ryan Otley. Just flat out Optimus Prime and Megatron like bashing each other. Showing him get his arm cut off. So they Optimus Prime attaches Megatron's arm in the Transformers book. So I guess they're showing how it got cut off here. Starscream. Cool. Wow, that's cool. That's a cool creature. Ryan Otley draws some cool monsters in the work that I've seen. I think he's worked on like Venom, a lot of Venom and King Black series too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, did he work on that book Vanish? Was that Ryan Stegman? That might have been Ryan Stegman. That's cool. This guy. What's this guy's name? He's a classic G.I. Joe villain. I can't remember his name though. Megatron just got messed up. And here he says, "I'm coming for you, Starscream." They're building up to that in Transformers of Megatron. He has not showed up yet, so it's mainly been Starscream, and right now, currently, Soundwave is the king. He ousted Starscream, so it's cool. This is Void Rivals. This character showed up in early issues of Void Rivals. This is the same artist on Void Rivals. Oh, they're showing Rodimus Prime. That's cool. That's pretty quick. And then Baroness. Nice. Who's drawing? Oh, Jason Howard is drawing this. Really skipped right over my Enter John joke. How rude. What Enter John joke? I missed it. What do you mean Enter John? Like you saved me? Maybe. I'm off, guys. Totally off. I thought I had it all set. All these cool buttons and camera mounts. And Shant called me, gave me a dose of reality. I'm muted. I didn't go. I feel like I have to buy something before taking a free comic. Yeah, that's kind of the point. I mean, I've definitely gone to Free Comic Book Day, grabbed a bunch of books and walked out without buying anything. But I think the point is just to get people into the stores, and then you see things you might like. They recommend other books you pick up. And then, you know, out of the courtesy of your heart, you might buy something or purchase something or see something you like. Not just a pity buy, but like, you know, you might run into something that you wouldn't normally find. It was news to me talking with Chris at Invisible Jet Comics that the store owners have to pay for certain bundles and they get to pick which books they bring in to their stores. So that adds to the like, well, then I should buy and support the store because it's not really free. Somebody's paying for it. It's not like the publishers are selling it for free. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to support the store. Lady J. Oh, Baroness says, yo, Joe here. So they're mixing things up. The latest Duke, Destro, had a big part in it. And he's also showing up in Cobra Commander. So I think this is just all leading up to Duke's own series. It's fun. I love how they're tying this stuff together. They have a plan, and it really pays off. There we go. Great Daniel Warren Johnson cover. I think I watched him on stream drawing this, which I've mentioned it before, but check out Daniel Warren Johnson's streams. They are excellent, and he's a beast of an artist. Let's see. We did say, John, to be fair, we did say he doesn't have to read every chat. See, that's... Yes, thank you. Too much tech for Rocky's own gun. It's true. It really is true. It wasn't a good joke, so don't worry. Don't read all the chat, but make sure you read all our chats because we require your attention. Yep. That's how I feel, especially when I'm muted, right? I should be reading the chat, but when I'm not muted, don't read the chat because then you slow down and then you get behind and then your streams are 2 hours long. All right, so let me just, hang on, I'm going to switch camera. I'm going to switch, for those of you who joined in before I showed, I'm going to switch to, hopefully this doesn't mute me. I'm going to check if it does. I'm going to switch to the other camera and here. Yeah. Oh no. Is that right? Here. There we go. Check it out. Look at this view. Totally different view. But I need to make some communication. Oh, am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay, I need to, hold on. I need to communicate with a few people to see what's going on. I need to write my son. And see if he can pick up my daughter. Oh, see, you guys can see here the better view. This is the mount I have on the camera now that's attached to my monitor. See, so now it's like totally connected. No more tipping over. Pretty cool. And then this is my overhead and that camera and the different camera. And pretty neat. I'm not muted, right? Yeah, not muted. Gwenny makes this look so much easier. Very tidy. Is it, Mr. Monkey? See, I am controlling the framing. So you might think it's tidy, but if I move that camera a few more degrees this way, you would see my crazy boxes. I'm trying, John, but it doesn't help if I'm muted. All the cameras in the world can't help me if I'm muted. Nice camera setup. Thank you, Katie. I'm trying. Holy cow, you're Hindu. No, I'm not. Now I'm confused. Oh, holy cow. Is that not like kosher now? Oh, kosher. Oh, shoot. Is that not PR now? I'm not allowed to say holy cow or kosher, right? Gosh. Did Jetty's kids help you? No. Oh, John, check this out. Here, I'm going to help you. This is another thing, part of my tech. See? I don't have to like click it. Now I can press it. Makes a difference. I'm not muted, right? They holy in my stomach. Yeah. Awesome one said holy cow, not you. Oh, I say holy cow though, so I'll claim that. Okay, let me see. I'm just trying to find out. Okay, so let me write somebody else and let them know. I thought. Okay. I'm not muted, right? I'm so paranoid now. Stop it, John. Don't tell Katie. She's not going to show back up. She's not going to come back now. Now that's so embarrassing, John. Stop. It's always weird when I see that streamers aren't AI bots, but real people. Did you guys think I was like, do you know those Life Point senior portraits? And like you wear the graduation garb and it's only starting from like here up. Like, did you guys think I only wore shirts from here up and like no pants? Like, I always wonder that. No, I'm fully clothed. I do have shrimp posture according to Emo Trash. So I'm trying to do that. Oh, you see this drawing over here? Kind of cool. Let me move the light. This drawing is an original pen and ink drawing from the creator of Powerpuff Girls, Craig McCracken. I met him at a animation convention and bought that from him. He did a show on TV, was I think it was Cartoon Network, or was it Disney? I think it was Cartoon Network. Was it? Cartoon Network or Disney? I can't remember. I think maybe it was Disney. It was called Wander Over Yonder. And that he did a I have it. Oh, I'm gonna get it. Wow, you're gonna see me exit frame from this angle now. Let's see. I have it here. It's one of my prized possessions, just because it's so rare. Whoa, awesome one. You're putting emojis. Okay, you scared me. I thought I was muted when I see that colorful emojis, stack of it. But he gave me a shrimp body. Mark's music session says, I'm out with my dog Maggie, so I have been listening but not seeing chat, so hopefully I haven't missed anything juicy. If you're hearing me, you're only listening and I went silent, that would be bad. So at least you're hearing me, Mark's Music Obsession. Give Maggie a sweet pet for me. She's a cutie. I've seen her on your YouTube channel, and she is a cutie. Paranoia will destroy you. Yeah, I'm very paranoid now. I'm not muted. Shanthan Jetty, Art, never get this wide angle view of your studio. Would be too scary. Yeah, I don't think he has a wide enough camera to capture his entire studio. Rocky is showing that he isn't in a dungeon, but in a fancy shack. Yes, I am. Okay, let me switch views here. Yep, back to normal. Now I can take off my pants. Wait, that didn't sound good. All right, let me switch to this overhead shot. Am I muted? No, I don't think I'm muted. Switching here. Okay, cool. It's all working. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay. Comrade Sammy says, that's what I said. Wow, what happened to my... Why did that get so tiny now? Let's see. Okay, that's good size. Then I switch to here. And it gets really tiny. That stinks. Let me fix that. I don't know why that switched on me. Ecamm, you're doing weird things, dude. But let me see. Framing. I'm on B framing. Okay. I could zoom in. Look, I can even... am I muted? I'm going to just keep saying that. I'm going to... I can even... Oh, no. That's not right. Controls. Oh, whoops. Framing. Overhead framing. Haha. Woo! Well, yeah. I'll just keep it here. So yeah, this is... Sorry, that took a long time to get to this. But this is the sketchbook that I got from Craig McCracken. He was putting this out. This was before Wander Over Yonder became a show, and he was doing a he was kind of pitching it as a comic. It's really cool little drawings, and then he had a lot of these drawings for sale with him when he was selling this book. So it's not even like oh, I guess this framing was good because he has these vertical panels. It wasn't even like a sequential story. It was just moments that he did. I think it's just fun exercises for him, but a lot of appeal. This was 2007. Wow, that was a long time ago. I'm even using some Zipatone here, which is awesome. Craig McCracken has one of the most amazing clean lines on his work. I'm not muted. That's gonna be a thing I repeat to myself over and over again. Not muted, not muted. And here, some awesome drawings. Like, I just love the variance in his line weights here. Just beautiful. Talk about a dude who can draw with appeal. Like Craig McCracken was it. Awesome stuff. He looked a lot at a lot of Walt Kelly's work. Do you guys know the book Pogo? The comic strip Pogo. It's a big influence on Craig McCracken's work. I know he's looked at Bone before. But yeah, I got to meet him, and there it is. That's the original from, let me see. Oh no, I can't show both of these. So the trick with this camera setup I have is I can't show both of those two separate cameras at the same time. They use the same driver. So I can only show the overhead, or I can only show the studio camera, but I'll switch and hopefully I won't go mute. So yeah, that's the drawing, the original pen and ink drawing from this. Ta-da! But yeah, it's really beautiful. It's beautiful to see it at size. And am I muted? See, now it's not muting. So what the heck was happening before? And why did it keep doing that to me? It's totally getting to me. And the weird shape of this is getting to me. It's like you guys made your profile picture really big. Okay. I mean, the thing I love about Ecamm is you can adjust that stuff on the fly, but sometimes it doesn't keep the settings, and so that's kind of crazy. Anyway, this is his work. Super stellar. I loved buying this, and then when I saw he had originals, the funny thing is he was selling these originals, and I can't even remember how much I paid, But he had these prizes out, and I was talking to him. I'm like, these are amazing, Craig. Like, these are unbelievable, and I can't believe you're selling them. And he was honest. He like looked at me and he was like, do you think this is a good price? Like, should I be selling it for more or less? And I was like, you're asking me? Like, you're the creator of Powerpuff Girls. Like, I'd be charging 4 times the amount. I was like, no, this price is great. That's great, man. So I feel like it was a bargain for what I got it, but it's fun. Awesome stuff. The neat little thing I have in my collection. And now you guys shared in that. Okay, so what am I doing? Oop, no, that's not the view. Oh no, it's this one. Can I turn on this? Nope, that was weird. What in the heck? Ah. Yep. Am I muted? No. There we are. Back at it. Too many buttons. All right, here's another book. Got the new Transformers. This book has just been coming out like crazy, like very consistently. And this is the second issue. So issue 7 is where Daniel Warren Johnson continued to write, but a new artist named Jorge Corona came in, and I'll talk about him more in a second. So he drew issue 7, was his first issue, and it was great. It was a good issue. They just kind of, there was a huge moment that happened at the end of 6 between Optimus Prime and is it Spike or Spike the kid? I can't remember. This kid's dad. His dad basically sacrificed himself to get absorbed into Optimus Prime, the energy inside Optimus Prime, the life spark, and it brought Optimus Prime back to life, and he kicked butt and kind of saved the day, but he had to sacrifice himself for his son. This is ultimately why he did it. So now they're dealing with the aftermath of that and starting up a new plot, which usurped Starscream from the Decepticons, and Soundwave is now becoming the leader. So this is great. But this guy's, like, to follow in Daniel Warren Johnson's footsteps is a big ask, big task, big ask. But he's doing great. He's a great artist, Jorge Corona. Love it. And I think they kept the same colorist, if I'm not mistaken, Mike Spicer. So yeah, there's some continuity there. And I find their artwork feels very similar, even though there are differences to it, but it's not so jarring. It's not a big jarring difference between the two art, and the quality is just as good. So I thought I would drop off maybe that Daniel Warren Johnson wasn't drawing it anymore. Am I muted? No. And I didn't, and I really like what Jorge Corona is bringing to it. So I'm still in, and the writing's consistent, obviously, because the same writer. So here it is. I was surprised that this issue came out so fast. I felt like I just got 7. It's great stuff. Super cool. I guess that character's name is Astro Train. I don't even know who that character is. Here's Jetfire coming in. Shockwave. Nice. The funny thing is though, one of the things is they make him talk, Soundwave talk quite a bit. He's been talking this whole time, and I always hear the voice of him in the cartoons. For those of you who ever watch the cartoons, he has that almost musical voice, like, so to read what he talks about is like, that doesn't totally work with the voice I thought he had. But maybe that's me. Oh, this is a preview for Scarlet. It's a new one coming out. Has slight anime influence in it. I don't know if I'll pick that up. We'll see. I might give it an issue. All right, there it is. Transformers number 8. I am not similar. I'm not going to pick up the voting poll until I get through this hump of work, because I'm still backlogged with the Darwin Cook solo book that I want to do a closer look on, and also editing together the Cartoon Art Museum video. That one I started as well. So all those things hopefully will pick up more next week, like Next week is still kind of busy, but this is my big get over the hump week. So once I get past this week, I'll have a little bit more free time, hopefully. Oops. All right, let's see. Where are you guys talking about? I don't see any like warning emojis, so we're okay. Awesome one says a Q-tip Sasquatch. Yeah, the Wander Over Yonder. He does have that look to it. Chat Ninja Train, her silent turtle, and Rocky. I'm not muted. Her silent turtle. Chat Ninja and their silent turtle. I love that. Yeah, I'm going crazy. Mark's music obsession is back. He can watch. Awesome. And you can hear, right? Not muted. Just log in another account and join. You've gotten inside his head. You don't even have to do anything. Yeah, it's all psychological. I'm messed up now. I'm going to go to sleep going, I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I have nightmares of my mouth moving and nothing coming out. She went from Chat Ninja to his Thought Ninja. Nice. I think some stream apps let you do commands with your hands like mute or a thumbs up. Yes, I do actually have a mute button. Here, I'm gonna show you guys. I am talking, my mouth. Hear me? I'm not muted now. See? See? So that's supposed to help me, but it didn't. So yeah, you can program StreamYard. You can program anything. I thought that you had to have the Stream Deck, which is an actual device with buttons on it, and some have knobs, some have like multiple buttons. They're really expensive though, so I've never bit the bullet to buy one. But I found out you can download a free mobile StreamYard app and assign buttons on your, like I have an iPad that I am using. So this iPad I can use to be basically my Stream Deck, which I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm not using the iPad for anything. And then I don't have to pay for this free app. If you pay subscription, you can get more buttons and you don't have to, like I have to scroll through a few pages to get to certain functions. I could put those all on one page if I paid for the service. You can customize them a little bit more, but I'm all about using the free apps as much as I can until it breaks, which maybe I already broke it. But it's cool. It's really cool functionality, and it saves with a lot of clicking on screen for me. Boomerific. More buttons. More buttons. Just boomer your way. I'm doing it, John. I'm boomering as hard as I can boomer. Am I muted? Rocky 20. Yes, that's my campaign slogan. Am I muted? Dang it. Oh boy. So people are Energon Soylent Green. Yeah, I mean they didn't really explain it. Basically, Spike, it's either Rick or Spike. I think Rick is the kid, Spike is the dad. He just kind of walked into the life spark, which is this little globe that came from Optimus Prime's chest. He was going to give up his life spark to save the Autobots. And then Spike was like, nope. And he was dying. He's like, nope, I'm doing this for my kid. And he steps into the life spark, and then it goes back into Optimus Prime's chest. But they don't really explain what happens. And I think they will probably in later issues. I think that what's happening is now Spike is, Optimus Prime is getting some of Spike's memories of his kid and his kid being born. So I think they're kind of merging personas a little bit, which is pretty interesting. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, okay. So I'm just looking up for rides for my kids. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me switch out of this view so you're not watching my big hands. Let me just type really quick. Thank you, guys. I'm not muted. Nope. For giving me a little bit of patience. Okay. Hopefully hopefully that takes care of that. It's nice having older kids now where they're not totally reliant on you, trying to teach them a little bit more independence. So this is perfect. Guys, I got to go through comics and learn how to not mute myself on stream. So find your own ride. Okay, let's see. That didn't mute. See, it was a total fluke. I'm doing the same things that I did. Oh, maybe if I press the button here, maybe then it's muted. No, not muted. I don't know. I don't know who it is. It's making fun of me. Technology's laughing at me. Pretty much you're going to Jedi mind trick your way to being in first in chat. Second in chat, not today. I'm going to make you your own little ticker tape awesome one because you have funny responses for that. John's grabbing dinner. All right, John, thank you. Hopefully you get back. With your hands, like if you do a emote with your hand, it might mute you or something. Ooh, that would be creepy. Kind of like the Apple emoji that they show up, like thumb. Oh, I know I could trigger those. I saw that I could trigger those for my overhead camera view because it's an Apple iPhone, an old iPhone, but I can't do it for this camera because this is not an iPhone. This is a actual DSLR camera, so I can't do as much as I would love to. I can't do like emojis or whatever, but I don't think I can trigger it. I know I can trigger it with a button, but not with my hand. Yep. Okay. That means the Decepticons just need a farm of humans. Maybe that might be where the plot is going. Who knows? It's kind of like the Matrix or something. Rocky is a great dad. Seriously good dude. Thanks, Shant. As I just tell my kids, like, I'm not picking you up. Fend for yourselves, guys. Mark's music session says, now I have it on an outdoor TV. Oh, boy. As long as I'm not muted, I think we're good. How's your mom doing, by the way, Mark? I hope she's okay. She probably would not appreciate if I'm muted. I just noticed you had a C to Deception and you get Decepticon. Yes, you didn't notice that? Mind blown. And Autobot is because they transforms into automobiles. Did you get that awesome one? Huh? Oh man, I'm just joking. Wait, Rocky is your dad? Yes, I'm old. I am. I'm Shant's dad. Dun dun dun. I'm old, Mark's Music Obsession said. San Fran is small, isn't it? It's small in area. It's not as big as you would think it is, but I think because part of it is 3 sides of it are surrounded by water. So it can't really expand, and it's pretty dense already for its size. So yeah, we're not as big as you would think we should be for a major city, but it partially has to do with the geography. Mark's Music Obsession says she's doing good. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. I hope she's doing well. We love our MOM. All right, somebody just came home. So we'll see what happens. I might have to mute in a second here, but we'll see what happens, who shows up. John says 7 miles by 7 miles square. Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't even know that. But yeah, that sounds about right. And yet it takes you about 30 minutes to get from end to end if you wanted to, or probably even more because of traffic. And it's not easy to get from end to end. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I think that was my son. Got home. I don't know if he's going to go pick up his sister, but we'll find out, right? Either that or she's on the bus. Okay, so this was another book I picked up today. One more book after this one is Geiger issue 2. As you guys remember, I went over Am I muted? If I'm not muted, you are hearing my cat. I wish I was muted. Can you hear my cat? He stopped. I have one cat in here with me right now, but the other cat just yelled. I went over the Ghost Machine books a few weeks ago, and they were all great. All three of them. Geiger, Redcoat, Rook Exodus, which I did that closer look on. All great. All of a sudden, they're coming out with issue 2 already with Geiger. Geiger was a series that was going on before they did the huge Ghost Machine launch, so I can't. They must have already, had a rhythm going with producing a monthly book. But I'm just blown away with how quickly this stuff is coming out, and that just makes for great, for again building up a readership and an audience if you are regular. So if you keep the quality level up, you have a great story, great characters, great art, and you're coming out regularly. That's awesome for a monthly book. I think if you set the expectations, like I don't think that's the right formula for everybody, right? But if you set the expectations, you can't argue with something coming out on a regular basis. You're bound to kind of connect with some sort of audience if they keep seeing your stuff. But there's always exceptions to the rule. I know there's a whole debate going on with books coming out regularly for crowdfunding and Indiegogo and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And I see both sides to it, but it's not the end all be all. But I think for a book like this that's coming out in the racks regularly, it's pretty impressive. Good stuff. I love Gary Frank's art on this. Really good. I love the story on this. This character is very fascinating, and his motivation is really fascinating. And he has this. This guy, I think, is. Oh no, maybe not. I think this guy is. Yeah, this guy is like. He was trying to tag along with him at the end of the first issue, so it seems like they're building up a relationship. Cool. This is crazy character here. There's a lot of silence going on. Am I muted? A lot of silence in the book going on, which is awesome because then it relies heavily on the storytelling, the visual storytelling, and the pacing that the artist sets up himself. But Gary Frank is super capable. I loved one of the My Wednesday comics I did a long time ago was a Junkyard Joe book that he did the art on too, and I noticed his storytelling in that one, and he's great. Fun stuff here. Boom, that's great. I love this glowing green. It's so striking and cool. Really cool. The colorist on Ghost Machine's books, Brad Anderson. He did all three of those first issues. I don't know if he's going to be the colorist on all their books, but he's really, really good. Sean says, San Francisco is like Boston. It doesn't feel like a big city. Yeah, it doesn't feel as like dense like a New York, or LA feels like really spread out. San Francisco kind of has that walking city feel to it a little bit. Depends on where you are, but yeah, for sure. And then they have Golden Gate Park in the middle of it, which is really a nice way of breaking up the city. Emo Trust says, still feel pretty confident saying I'm a younger one in chat, but I too feel old sometimes. You are not old. Keep telling yourself that. You are not old. Because when you do get old, like me, then you're like, ugh, I'm really old. It's like when your body starts telling you you're old, that's when you know you're old. Also, that cover is awesome. Nice. Oops, let me move this. San Fran in the fall. Emo has an old soul. Sadly, only read Redcoat so far. I've heard that Redcoat, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, Redcoat is some people's favorites, and it's because his character is so well written. He's such a unique character, and not that it's an original character. Like, I've definitely seen it done before, where it's like an immortal that has given up on life a little bit and just like whatever, doesn't care. But it's funny, and he's written really well. Like you can kind of get his personality a lot through the book, at least for the first issue. So I'm wondering if you liked it, because I enjoyed it a lot. If I had to pick favorite book between Ghost Exodus, Redcoat, and Geiger, which one would I pick? Oh, that's a tough one. They're all really good. They're all really good. Like it'll be great to read through issue 2 of this one, and then to read through issue 2 of the other ones, which I'm assuming are going to come out in the next couple of weeks for both of those books. But yeah, because they all started off strong. Pulse pounding issue of Geiger. Issue 3 in sale in June. Cool. They do have a lot of well, see, they say May 2024 is when Redcoat's coming out, and Rook Exodus, so they're on a regular schedule right now. It's bananas. Cool. This was funny. I saw this ad at the back of this issue. Ghost Machine, and they have some sort of partnership with a coffee, which is weird. I guess it's like when we were reading those ads, those comic ads for Twinkies, and they used comic characters, but I don't know, it's called the Ghost Machine Ghost Roast. Crazy. Shanthan Jedisar says, I am a Dave Stevens fan. Next issue, 9 years. I'll wait. Miss him. Yes. So it's like in those particular case, I will wait however long it takes to get a new Dave Stevens book, right? I mean, granted, Dave Stevens has passed away, so we will not be getting a new Dave Stevens book. But in that kind of artist, no time. There's no time limit on how long I would wait to get a book from them. Travis Charest is another one like that. So yeah, there's different categories. I don't think one size fits all, but it's a good point. I think Junkyard Joe came out before as well. It did, yeah. And they kind of are wrapping it into this whole, they call it the unnamed something or other. The unnamed. They're wrapping it all in. So yeah, there's Junkyard Joe is here, and that was coming out before they even mentioned Ghost Machine. Redcoat timeline is over here. There's a new book that's called The Northerner they were talking about, and I don't know any of this stuff. Here's Geiger here. So yeah, it's kind of cool that they're connecting it. I wonder if they planned that all the while. It seems pretty calculated of how they're mapping this stuff out, which is great. Similar to Energon Universe, when they have a plan and they execute it well, it's awesome. I think Marvel, DC, they've had the benefit of having quote unquote connected universes, but sometimes they don't handle that well at all. And it gets too confusing. And I think it's just now they're just unraveling stuff and re-raveling it. And it's really hard to make something compelling, a crossover event compelling. I'm giving Blood Hunt a try, but I'm not picking up any of the secondary books with that. I'm just picking up the main book. But yeah, it's really hard to like tie all those universes and all those characters and plot lines together for the big two. All right, here's the last book I got. Mark's Music Obsession says, I haven't been to SF in years, but used to really enjoy it. Hopefully it hasn't went downhill as bad as we have been told. It's hard. I mean, it is different than when I first moved here, which was in 98. I think that we need new leadership, to be totally frank. I think that they've had enough time to try and turn this city around. And it just, even if they are, it doesn't feel like it for the people that live here. Everybody that I talk to has kind of like it's like kind of a down in the dumps a little bit about this city. So they need some major change. Even the sports teams are kind of like wavering a little bit. And sports, whether you watch them or not, or like them or not, they really help to unify a city. And so, yeah, it's kind of sad, and it doesn't help that this is a very expensive city to live in. So when you couple that with like it takes a lot to live here, it takes a lot to stay here, and you make it difficult, and businesses aren't thriving, and people are kind of down on it. It has a lot of stuff working against it. But the things that make San Francisco amazing, there are still amazing. Like there's amazing things to experience here. There's amazing food. There's amazing weather. There's great nature. There's a lot of amazing people. There's a lot of diverse people here. So those kind of things are still here. But it's not an easy city to live in, and the infrastructure is not that great. The public transportation system here actually kind of blows. If I could be a little crass, it kind of stinks. And so you got to drive everywhere, and parking's not great, and tickets are expensive, and gas is expensive. So I feel like cities like Boston, New York. Did you hear my cat? I'm not muted, right? Did you hear my cat? They have better public transportation systems, not so broken. And that helps to make the city live like the life of the city when you have those things working. And it's just not working right now. So that's my soapbox. Yeah. Ghetto Frisco. Seriously. Have you reached 441 yet, Artist and Jetty? Oh, I think Mr. Monkey Boy's fishing for his book, Shant. He's fishing for the book. Help a brother out. Mark's Music Obsession says, I was involved with a music festival in 07-08 in San Francisco called Bay Area Rock Fest at a venue called The Independent. Oh, is that place still around? I think it is. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I think it is. I don't go to many music venues in the city as I should, because there are quite a few here, but I think that one is still around. That's cool. Shanthan Jetty Art says, almost Mr. Monkey Boy. I'm looking at it right now. There you go. Get your answers right here, straight from the source. And that's what I love about YouTube and comics and comic creators like Shant. You can connect with them straight from the short. Puts a lot of pressure on them. No offense, but yeah, you can connect straight to the source and check it out. There you go. You got your answers right there. Head sketch, right? I think Geiger might be too specterish for me. Okay, that's cool. Fair enough. Fair enough. Note to self, must pick up white cotton gloves. Reaper has a scythe and a gun. Beautiful. Oh, yes. Okay, so this book. There was a lot of buzz about this book. And now my cats are talking to each other on the opposite side of the door. If I let one in, the other one's going to be upset. All right, hang on one second, guys. I'm going to press the mute button. Okay, I'm unmuted now, right, guys? Right? Is that working? Jeez. I need to go to therapy to get over the trauma of that. Oh, yeah, so Emo Trash saying Reaper has a scythe and a gun. Okay, so this book, Aint No Grave, there's a lot of hype about this book. 2 reasons. 1, the artwork looks awesome. Who's the artist? Jorge Corona. He's the same dude who's on Transformers right now. How is he doing this? I have no idea. I'm assuming he finished one book and is on the other one. I can't imagine him drawing both at the same time. But look at this cover. Like, this looks so cool. Like fantasy western. It looks amazing. from the cover alone. So there was a lot of hype about this. The first store I went to, Amazing Fantasy, Frank's store, sold out of this book before I even stepped in the door. So I think he had ordered a certain amount of copies, and all of the people who have pull boxes at his store probably already asked for it, and then he was out. So he didn't have any on the rack. And I went to Comics Experience, and they did have some, so that's where I got this. Number 2 reason why there was a lot of hype is because Scotty Young is writing it. And Scotty Young is a veteran comic book artist and writer. And so a lot of people were kind of raving about this idea. So I was pretty excited to pick this one up. This was the number 1 book that I wanted to get today. And we'll flip through it in a second. Note to self, must pick up after dinner sticky fingers. Okay. Oh, the BART. Yes, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. If you've experienced the BART, it's not great. I mean, I've never commuted from outside of the city. Like, I'm not a regular commuter from outside of the city. As long as I've been in this area, we've lived in San Francisco proper. So I can imagine the BART's, pretty handy. And I have ridden it before, but it's predominantly for commuters outside of the city, because it just has a limited run. Once it hits the city, it hits kind of a few main stops and that's it. But it's not the greatest train. There's been some gnarly stuff that I've witnessed and also that I've read that has happened on the BART, depending on what stop it stops at, which is the case for any public transportation. But yeah, BART's gross. I don't like the BART. Shanthan Jetty Art says, I'm convinced they are pulling a Lex Luthor real estate scam, trying to drive down real estate prices. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, sort of. But real estate is bananas here. It's really hard to afford a home here in San Francisco. Mark's music obsession agrees. Kitty is asking if you'd like to take a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior. Maybe. I don't think my cat's smart enough. I just saw a video of downtown LA almost all closed. Yeah, I don't know much about LA as far as how it's doing as a city, but it sounds very similar. Like many California cities are going through this. So yeah, I think there just needs to be a bigger change. It's not going well here. Thank you for answering. Sorry to be a butt. No, you're not a butt. Whether you're talking about Bart or Geiger, you're not. So you're welcome. Yes, Rocky could hear the kitties each time. Was not going to stop eating to tell you, though. Okay, good. At least I'm not muted. You guys are awesome. He's consciously muting himself now. He's evolving. I'm just expecting technology to work when it says it's working, not to work against me. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I had mentioned this before, I will gladly let the overlords, the robot overlords, take over if they can make my life easier as they're doing it. But if they are taking over and then making my life more difficult, then it doesn't. Then it's time to call John Connor, right? Not $1 says he doesn't. Somebody won $1, and it's not Mr. Monkey Boy. I've heard stories only been as far west as Salt Lake. Oh, okay. So you've heard about Bart. Huh, that's interesting that you've heard about Bart. I feel like nobody really cares about Bart outside of the Bay Area, so that's pretty funny. I'm going to give you a page 3 rim shot. John. Bay Area Transit BART. Yes, it stands for Bay Area Rapid Transit. And it's anything but rapid, so it should just be called BAT. I know your tech problem. It is the little nut behind the keyboard is loose. Maybe. I think I'm the nut behind the keyboard. Yes, I've heard that used before. Okay, let me start flipping through art. Oh, Aint No Grave. Coloring by Jean-Francois Beaulieu. Sounds French, but looks awesome. This is cool. Very, very cool. Very striking to begin with. Looks like it's going to be a story about a wife who loses her family tragically in the West. Yep, I just feel like that's the setup. They're doing these kind of like cutting back and forth between present time and past. Love the coloring in this. Funny, I've mentioned coloring quite a bit in the last few videos I've done. But there's some killer colorists out there right now. Some emotion. This is cool. Music, notes. Love it. Very comic. A comic tool here. I love that. Nice colors. We're in like Haunted Mansion at Disneyland right now with these colors. You would think that some sort of symbol icon would be on screen if muted. You would think, right? I mean, let me see. If I hit mute. Yeah, there's nothing on screen when I just hit mute. So I do have a button, handy button to hide the controls, but there's not even a control when I show the controls if it's muted or not. That's whacked. John says, maybe there is, but Rocky gets too excited. Look up from the comic. It's possible. Comics can be distracting. The artwork in this is excellent. Really excellent. Paired up with the colors. Feels very Western. They got a lot of these. Wow, this is beautiful. Beautiful, like, vistas. Awesome. Beautiful. I do declare. Oh, the vapors. This is awesome. Great stuff. Jorge Corona, man, killing it. Can go from drawing giant fighting robots to a Western, an emotional Western. Maybe it's not fantasy. Maybe it's just a straight up Western. We shall see. They're doing a lot of like widescreen panels here, which is great for a Western. Sorry, there's a little bit of glare. There's a lot of death. Maybe that's why the... here we go. This is where the fantasy comes in. Kill death. All right. There's the cliffhanger. Dun, dun, dun. So I think this character, because she had so much loss, my guess is she's going to kill death. Aint No Grave. Which is interesting because have you guys ever heard of the series East of West? I definitely want to do a review or a stream or something about that series. Let me grab that book in a second here, or books. Here's Scotty Young. I can't remember if Scotty Young has a YouTube channel. He might, but yeah, he does I Hate Fairyland. He's got a nice cartoony style to his stuff, but then he also has Middle West is a big book that he did. I haven't read that one yet. But he also took a big jump as like a writer, not just being a writer-artist, but writing for other people too. So this is awesome. This looks great. Excited to read through that. It's a nice semi-satin cover, a little thicker than normal. But the artwork is great, and it looks like an interesting plot. But her going after death made me remind a Western where death is a character in it, and somebody trying to stop death reminds me a lot of East of West. So let me go get that book. Let me catch up here on the chat first, and then I'll get the book. Her vulgarity reminds me of a joke. What do you call one who mixes concrete with a pitchfork? Oh. Page 3. Oh, John. Also, one says San Fran's future fashion. Carol Burnett. What is that? Is that the Carol Burnett from the Carol Burnett show? I'll have to look at that. I love Carol Burnett. Yep. John gets a face palm. All right, let me get this book. And then we will wrap up here. Hang on a second. I'm not going to mute because that will be trouble. That will be trouble. So this series was like, I don't know what happened to the series. It was like all the rage for a while. And it came out a lot of books. It's written by Jonathan Hickman, and the artwork was a big reason why I started reading it. It was by a guy named Nick Dragotta. Okay, let me see if I can pull out here a little bit. You can see my little stand. Oh, well, it's okay. Oh, it's covered up by my face. So, cool. Awesome one says, she wears a curtain. Yep, classic Carol Burnett. Love it. That's a great, so funny. That's a great great clip. So, written by Jonathan Hickman, artwork by Nick Dragotta. And Nick Dragotta's great style. I don't know how long it took them to do this, but look how thick. This is year 1. These are very hard to find, actually. I found the first one pretty easily at first, and then I got really into the series, and then the second one took a little bit of tracking down, but I found it. Volume 2, and it's a 3-volume series. The third one was very difficult to find. The third volume was really hard to find. It's thicker too, so I eventually did find it. But East of West is pretty much like a sci-fi western, apocalyptic western, and it's fantastic. It's a super engaging story, and the artwork is bananas good. Nick Dragotta has this his early work didn't he totally evolved to this point, but he obviously has some influence from manga, but he doesn't just straight up rip it or rip the isms of manga. He takes it and makes it his own, but he does action really well, very dynamic. And then he has got these great super cinematic shots, character moments and stuff. He does these super great environments, and it's awesome. Such a good book. I actually need to read this again. But some of the main characters in this are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and then Death. This guy is Death, is a character in it, but he's like a Western Death. And then they have these spirits of crow and wolf and all this cool kind of mythology mixed in with sci-fi futurism. It's really cool. It's a really cool story. And there's all these different tribes, and there's a love story between Death and this girl she's this bloodthirsty conqueror, head of this race. I don't know. It's awesome. It's very epic. I can see this becoming a movie, and I really don't know what happened. Like I said, when it was coming out regularly, maybe they did come out with individual issues, but most of the times I see little mini volumes out, and I think they have at least 24 of these mini volumes out. And then these bigger compilations are harder to find, especially these hardbound ones. But yeah, I haven't heard much of it yet. So I mean, since, so I'm not sure why there was such a fall off of it, or why people haven't talked about it as much as you would think they are, because it's epic. It's such an epic thing to come up with that much work at that level. Was very impressive. So yeah, I want to do some sort of review, some sort of closer look or whatever with that series in the near future, because I think it's worth it. And I haven't seen many people do that many reviews on East of West, and I think it's worth it. And yeah, Ain't No Grave kind of reminded me, had that similar flavor to East of West. Where did I put that? Oh yeah, over there. I don't know if there's an influence or whatever. All right, where are you guys at? John just laid that bad joke. She wears a curtain. Yep, saw that. So bad it killed the chat ninja before the joke was even made. Maybe I should have muted myself when John... Awesome One wants you to know he did not laugh. Just in case you were wondering. Oh, I don't... Do I have something? No, I don't have that song. I thought I had a... No, this isn't. Nope. I thought I had a sound. Nope. I thought I had a sound. I think that was on my other stream. My Comics Yeah, Comics Nah stream, which I have to do another one. Dang it. I am so behind. It's not cool to be behind. The only thing that's worse than being behind is being mute when you're streaming. All right, take a breath. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I used to have a sound like a brr, brr. I gotta load that one up soon. Ouch, dog pedals. It's okay, John. We love you. We love you, man. Bad jokes and all. Can't be perfect all the time, John. Chat Ninja is rubbing off on me. Loving death doesn't sound good. It's actually quite interesting because usually death is portrayed very symbolic or cold and like you can't stop it. You know, it's like there's no emotion in death. Death does what it has to do and can't stop it. But in East of West, death has a heart. Not literally necessarily, but like has this connection with this girl who is also bloodthirsty, but he loves her, he's fallen in love with her. And so it's interesting to see him make choices, the character of Death make choices based on this love and what he's willing to sacrifice. It's why it makes it very fascinating. The small dude on a giant, that reminds me of Tug before Famous, who had a stalker who harassed him and his avatar was a small dude riding a giant. Huh, okay. There's a lot of references there, but yeah. Small dude riding. Oh, and the East of West. Yeah, I mean, it also reminds me of I guess not really. I was gonna say Lord of the Rings, those like big ogre characters, but they didn't really ride that character. Never mind. He was small in real life. Who will be in your next Comics Yeah, Comics Nah? That's a good question. I haven't had... Some of the most fun streams I've done are with other people, as opposed to me muting myself. At least the earlier streams were really fun. Like with my friends, the Super Nostalgia stream, Comics Yeah, Comics Now with Marty, and like doing a stream with Shant. I know Mark's Music Obsession has mentioned that Shant and I should stream together, which we should. We've both been super busy, and I know Shant has been very busy with his YouTube stuff. And for those of you who don't know, he's officially a Comicsgate King now, which is great for Shant, and he's gonna rock it. Not just because he's been made a king, but because Shant will not he will not let go. He will not waste any opportunity he's given. And as you guys all know, Shant is amazing, and he's very... He doesn't waste his opportunities. He makes the most of it. And I told him when I first found out from him that it'll help his career, his YouTube audience, and all that in a way that he's not expecting. I think he's going to just rock it. It's just going to be awesome for him. So especially now that he's working on these other campaigns for Second Chance Nosfero and Artist Edition Nosfero, and then all the future Nosfero 2 and Spring Ball and all that kind of stuff. This is just going to help him tremendously with that. So I'm very, very excited for him and what the future may hold. So yeah, he's been super busy, but I would love to do a stream with him. We've talked about doing a stream on watching a couple videos. Pride of the X-Men was one of the ones we talked about, so we should totally do that. But just talking with him and being with him on stream would be awesome. There was an artist who I'd mentioned on one of my reviews named Frank Espinoza, who did that book Killing Girl, and he also did an incredible series called Reketo. I've been trying to reach out to him, and I actually did connect with him. So my friend Alan had a old contact for him, which didn't work. It actually bounced, but I'm kind of one of those weird people who tries to detective his way to figure out how I could contact people. So I used that old email contact and kind of tried out different ones and actually connected with him, which is crazy. But he reached out to me and it was awesome. So we've made a connection, and I told him, the last email I sent him was like, I would love to have you on stream to talk about your work, your comics work. I think it would be awesome. I think it would be amazing to share you with my audience and just the audience in general on YouTube. He is in Italy. He lives in Italy now. So we'll have to coordinate schedules. And I don't even know, I haven't heard back from him yet, but I don't even know if he would be open to doing it. I hope so. So fingers crossed. That would be amazing to get Frank as one of the people on here. I've also been reaching out to other artists that just to interview them and to have other people and expose them to my audience here and YouTube, because I've run across and worked with a lot of amazing people, and I want to do that for them. And also just selfishly, I would love to have them on stream here and talk about their work. And my buddy Alan, who has been on my stream before, been in the chat before. I used to work with him very closely. He's finishing up his book. He said probably a month. Alan, if you're watching this, leave in the comments when it is. But I think he said he's going to be done in a month with his webcomic called Bulletproof Candy. And so when he's done with that, I want to have him on stream to talk about the book, the process, what his future hope for it is. So that would be really awesome. So yeah, as far as guests, I kind of want to push that a little bit more for this channel, and hopefully you guys would enjoy that. So yeah, that's on the horizon. I want to finish this cartoon art museum video, and then the next step would probably be going outside of the city to visit some stores outside of San Francisco and expose them more. I've been really enjoying connecting with the comics community here locally, and it's been a few months now since I've started my YouTube channel, but building up that community has been great. And just as you've heard me talk about like Frank or the other people, the other store owners, it's just been really awesome. It really is a community, and it's, everybody just loves comics and they want to talk about comics. So the more that we can stay connected and support one another and either monetarily support them or just getting the word out, spreading the word out, the better. So I want to do that, start kind of expanding that out more than just my own little bubble that I'm in. Okay, I just talked a lot. So to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know, Comrade Sammy. It'll probably be Marty because Marty's so fun and he's funny. You have 2 soundboards just with, yes, I do. I should record them and make them a little sound button. That'd be funny. I should turn this channel into a cat channel. I would get 20 times the amount of subscribers. I'm in the mood for love simply because I'm decaying. Wow. Okay. Okay, let's all imagine Marty laughing at Rocky the whole time he was muted. He would. He really would. He'd call me and tell me though, but he would laugh. I'm not. I'm going to try and like forget that this happened, that this stream went smoothly, that I was like switching like a boss between cameras and like, yeah, I'm going to just pretend that's how this went down. That's an understatement, my friend John. I am all up in my head all the time. Cat Mozart. I'm going to watch that later. I hope he remembers the little people. I will not ever forget you guys. Wherever this channel may go, may it grow large, if it shrinks small and disappears, it disappears into the ether. If I like lose my mind and don't ever do this again, I will not forget each one of you guys, because you guys make it worth it. You really do. And you're really fun, and you're experiencing these things in real time with me, my mistakes, and we're laughing at them and supporting one another and talking about comics. It doesn't get any better than that. It's really, really been life-changing. So I won't forget you guys for sure. John, I say, anytime I talk about John or the chat, I always say he was the first one in, and his first comment was, I don't know if you remember this, John. Your first comment was, "What is this?" I will never forget that. And that was one of the most comforting comments I've ever heard. John says, Rocky, what happened to Jean? I don't know. She didn't show up since. I don't know what happened to Jean. I don't even know if she has a YouTube channel set up. I mean, she must. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah. Was Jean her name? It was her name. Yeah. Funny thing is, her nickname used to be Jeanbot. So, yeah, I don't know what happened to her. What happened? Jean Grey? Jean Grey became the Phoenix and then saved the planet, kind of destroyed it at the same time. And then she had a doppelganger named Madeline Pryor. Have you guys been watching X-Men 97? Anybody? I've been really enjoying it. It's not perfect, but it's been really fun. And for the most part, I feel like the tone they've captured very well for the X-Men series, for the X-Men stuff that I grew up with. They've captured that tone really well. So I'm super, like, I look forward to watching those. I'm behind. I got to catch up on that. But that might be a good reason to reach out to my buddies Fred and Atik again to see if they've watched that. I'll do that right after the stream and see if they watch that, because I'd be interested to see their take, because, you know, we grew up reading the same X-Men books. So I'm curious to see what they have to say about that. He's a chat superstar in CG, etc. Have John on a panel. I would love to have John. John, if you want to be interviewed, I would do it in a heartbeat. Oh, okay. There's your answer. I would do it, John. I would interview any of you guys. Maybe we should have that as a stream reward. I don't know. Something. A lot of you guys are probably like comfortable just hiding in the chat, but maybe like we have some sort of contest or something, and then the winner gets to pop into chat. I know some streams have done that, varying degrees of varying results. That'd be kind of cool. I'd love to meet you guys in person or on chat, face to face, or camera to camera. Marty is cool. He is. I'll tell him you said that, Comrade Sammy. He'd appreciate that. Could have members visit stores in the area they live in, send them to. Oh, I'm down. Either they post it on their own. I mean, how could we have that connected? Like, I mean, you guys should do that if you want on your own. You don't need me to tell you to do that, but how could we connect that with each other? That would be really cool. I watch, I'm subscribed to Adam Lawson's channel, Gifted Rebels, and he's done a bunch of independent books. He used to, I don't know if he was a director or producer on a show called Tabletop with Will Wheaton, which I used to watch, which talked about like tabletop board games. But he's a great on-screen personality for comic books right now. He just produced a book called Jawbone, which I didn't get a chance to back, but if they do another one or whatever, I'm in. But anyway, he does also comic book store reviews, and I've interacted with him quite a bit on social media because I really love how he does his videos. He has amazing energy, and he's just so excited about comics. I've talked about him before, but he's just so excited about comics and supporting comics and reading comics and talking about comics like it's infectious what he does. So yeah, he's another one out there that's like doing those kind of videos. But how could we connect it with what you guys are doing? I would love to see any videos. If anybody wants to send videos, whether you're sending them in your in the comments on this video or any video I have, or contacting me, messaging me on social media or whatever, I would love to see videos of your local comic book store. That would be amazing. That would be an awesome way of like sharing the love. Is that me? I'm going to repress my memories. I am. Oh, it scared me. I thought I was muted. I still like call the first paid membership when you get a chance. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. You're the best. I've thought about Patreon or whatever. I don't know. It's more research that did you hear that? It's more research I'd have to do. Substack was another one. There's a creator that let me look him up. There is a creator that I believe his last name's Perry. Is his first name Kevin? No. Is it? Yeah, Kevin Perry. You guys should follow him on. Let me see. This would be fun. Humor me. Wait, I might break something if I do this. This is always where. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go into preview mode. I'm in preview mode, so this is not going to mess anything on screen. I'm not muted, and I'm just going to talk through something while I get this set up. I'm still in preview mode, right? Okay, and then I'm going to open. I'm still in preview mode, not muted. Okay, let's see. So now preview mode. Nope. I want to show this and this. All right. And then this. Why is that so tiny? That's confusing. Okay, let's see. What I was going to do is show you guys this guy's website. It's so tiny. Hold on. Let's switch here. Still in preview mode. But I don't want that window. So exciting, guys. Aha. All right. So this guy, now I'm going to go out of preview mode. I'm going to go live. And then, is it this? Yep. Nope. This. There we go. All right. So this guy, Kevin Perry, he is a stop motion animator, and he does incredible stuff on social media. He's become super famous. If I unmute this.
Perfect. And then you want to mix it up. Yeah, that's great. And then for the final step, you just want to open up the coffee in the back here. That's going to make it nice and flat. Then you can fold it, you can put it in your pocket, you can put it in your bag, and then you'll have coffee wherever you go.
Is that crazy? So he does this amazing, like...
I saw this avocado hack on TikTok and thought I'd give it a try. You take a straw and you poke a hole in both ends. Woo! Like that. And then I guess you blow through the avocado. What? As if that actually worked. That's crazy. Let's cut it open.
Sorry, it's really loud for you guys.
Yeah. Apparently it's that
so
easy.
He does these kind of videos. This is like a reel or something. Compilation reel. Isn't that awesome?
A lot of people ask me where I get my video ideas from, and the truth is I just reach into here and
He's like a
pull out an idea.
stop motion magician.
And so this one says turn into a plant.
And he's done a lot of like, watch this. Genius. He does a lot of like, that's so cool.
Wait, I have to loop back to the start of the video.
Anyway, he's incredible. And so why did I bring that up? Oh, because he was talking about, I think Patreon. Yeah, he was talking about Patreon. Am I muted? No. He was talking about Patreon and like just connecting with his followers. Like he has, millions of followers, and you can see why, because his content is just so compelling. He also shows like behind the scenes stuff of how he does it. So not only is he a great animator and has like amazing timing, but he also is a great comp artist to like edit that stuff to make it look so seamless. But he was talking about having a Patreon, how he felt like having a free Patreon was an important value add for content creators, because you don't want, when people start getting this idea that you're giving them good content for free, they're more willing to pay for a membership or pay a little extra to get your extra content or your premium content or what have you. And I've heard that about Substack too, like a Substack newsletter. I just want to make sure that whatever I do is compelling enough. Like that's where you start questioning yourself as an artist, or, asking yourself important questions of like, well, is it worth it? Is like anybody going to want to pay money for what I'm doing or what I'm creating? So I'm in that mode. And I'm sure if Shant was in this conversation, he'd be yelling at me and telling me that I'm overthinking it and just to do it. But I think I'm just in this mode of getting comfortable with the kind of content I'm creating for YouTube. Granted, I need to get more comfortable and do more content of like creating art, or specifically comic art for YouTube. I don't want to just be a YouTube reviewer of comics or a cheerleader of comics, which is good, and I will still always do that. But ultimately, I want to be a comic artist that is creating content, not just printed content, but also YouTube content that goes in line with that. So like Shant is doing, like a lot of comic artists are doing these days. And it's another muscle to work up to. Right now I'm working on the unmuting myself muscle, or I'm working on the adding a different camera muscle, or like all these kind of stuff that also interest me. And I think can make compelling content if you have great production value, or, you care about that stuff as well. So you guys are in on the ride just for me figuring this stuff out, which is great. it's great that you guys are here already, and I'm stumbling over my 2 left feet. So I think, it's only going to keep getting better as I just keep practicing doing more stuff, interviewing more people, having more people on, trying different contents, trying live streaming, mobile live streaming, walking out there and, being a man on the street kind of thing. So it's all fun as long as it's still fun and exciting to do, and you guys are showing up and liking what I'm doing, then I'm going to keep doing it. And if you don't, and it kind of fizzles, then I'll stop doing it and pivot to do something else. So it's great. It's really fun. It's the chat aspect of it, outside of all the production, outside of all the technical stuff, outside of all the like storytelling, artist creation, the whole chat thing has taken me by surprise and has yet become a super important part of all this. And that is the power of YouTube. I could be doing all this in my room and just releasing content and not thinking anything of it. But the connection with you all, and going back to Mr. Monkey Boy's comment of like, don't forget the little people, like I won't. Like that is a huge driver for me of how do I make this not only compelling, but like entertaining and create more connection with you all. So I really appreciate the feedback that you guys give. I love the laughs. I love being on mute with you all. Like it makes it so much fun. It makes memories, and it's just being recorded out there for the rest of the world to see. So you guys are a huge, huge part of why I do this. I've said this a million times, and a huge driver for me of just doing it better and doing more. So I really appreciate, if I don't say it enough, I appreciate each and every one of you for just showing up and liking the streams and telling people about it and inviting new people about it. I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to just wrap up here. I've been on way longer than I was expecting. Got to attend to the kids, start cooking dinner, finish up some work. But I do want to like respect everything that you guys have been talking about and make sure nobody's telling me I'm muted for the last time. I'm not going to forget that easily. It'll be dinner conversation. But let me just finish up here and then we'll wrap it up. Awesome one. Finished dinner. Awesome. You have cats yelling in the background. Now I have a bird on my shoulder biting me, giving me attitude. The two shall never meet. My cats would go crazy. Who runs who? I'm not a big bird person, but I've seen people really love on birds and birds being amazing, but I'm not a big bird person. A Comic Stores Abroad trademark by MMO series. Do it, Mark. Yeah, there's got to be comic book stores around you, right? I know one of my family members lives in like a small town in Texas, and they had a great store there when I visited. I'm like, wow, like this is so different than any store that I have in San Francisco, and yet here it is in like Podunk, Texas. Kitties want dinner. Yep, that's another thing I got to do. Who runs who? Who runs the world? Beyonce, John says. The suspense is killing me. For what? Little bird has gone back to his mother, to my mother, and will sit pretty and behave for her. Two-faced little jerk. See, that's why I don't like birds. They're very unpredictable. Yeah, I mean, they can cuddle, sort of, right? I don't know. I've heard, I don't know. Yeah. They're not as furry as cats. My cats are super furry. One day I'll bring them on stream, maybe. They're super furry and they're super fluffy. I love them. I also hate them. Hopefully showing that video will not get you a strike. I'm always unsure of the YouTube rules. Yeah, I hope not. I didn't see anything cut out, right? And it wasn't a YouTube video. It was a Twitter video, so maybe that's a little different. I don't know. Seems like it was okay. Reminds me of Zach King. I don't think I know Zach King. Must be a... I mean, there's a lot of YouTube and social media artists that do what Kevin Perry does. He's worked on some great movies too. I think he's worked on like great stop motion movies. Like I believe he used to work at Leica. So Coraline and what was that other mate? Kubo. So yeah, he's super pro, but then he's got this whole career of online social media stuff. So he's been hired by big brands to do videos for them. It's awesome. It's great. He's really running with the social media influencer thing. Hashtag am I muted? That's a new one. I'm keeping it. I have many gifted subs. More rain. Is it raining where you are, Mr. Monkey Boy? Will I win ComicsMate Comic Box Members Contest? I guess I need to be a member first. That probably is a prerequisite. Hopefully no bad storms, Mr. Monkey Boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, all that weather stuff. Is that affecting you? Jeez. I've read about like the hurricanes and whatnot, so hopefully you are okay. Show the bird a cooked turkey when acting bad. That's messed up. Rocky, you're about to be work on the being trolled muscle. You're muted will be all anyone is going to say. Yeah, I'm ready. Bring it. Bring it. Can get any worse than than it already is, man. So bring it. A lot of C-130s flying over. Oh boy. Gee whiz, Rocky. What happened? What did I do? Oh man. Hope they aren't mobilizing. Who knows? Has he boxed the... I did, Mr. Monkey Boy. Just really quick recap. It was two things. Okay, I'm switching views, and now this might... am I muted? No, hashtag I am not muted. These were the two things. Star Raiders, drawn by José Luis García López. Just a quick flip through. He's the same artist on Atari Force as well as other things, legendary artist. After I did that review on his stuff, I found out he did this book and I bought it. Love it. Looks amazing. It's a painted book. More of the same like sci-fi stuff. Looks incredible. And then the other package was Jason Bascom's book Absolute. And I bought 5 the like retailer copies of this book. I did not get Shelby's book, unfortunately. I wish there was a way I could have added that in, but I didn't get his variant cover. But I bought 5 because I want to share them with, definitely want to share them with my local stores, but maybe I'll do like a giveaway for them or something. I don't know. I haven't even thought of that, but that'd be cool. I love it. I haven't read it yet, but it looks awesome. So yes, that was my leftover unboxings from last week. Not muted. That I took care of this week. Flash for 10 years. Rocky is watching the stream going, gosh, I was so cringe. You know what? Funny you should mention, I've been watching or have watched a couple of my older streams and I was like, ooh, that was kind of rough. So, and I knew that was good the way it is. Like I look at the stream, I'm like, oh, okay, production, other than the muting, like, okay, like that looks cool, lighting, blah, 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 blah. But I know I'll look back on this in a few months and be like, wow, that was pretty bad. Dad said a C-17 flew over. What is going on, awesome one? Yeah, do you live on a... That's a good question. We have Air Force National Guard. Oh, okay. Geez. Maybe they're doing some sort of a formation, or what do they call it? Not formation. Practice run. Scary. I'm not the bird person. That's my mother's baby, though I am the reason he'll let me and my mom almost exclusively pet him. All right. Gotcha. We have, I think, 3 comic stores in my area, but I have only been to 1 so far. Come on, Mark. Get on it, dude. Gotta visit all 3. Start ranking them. Let them know. You're here. You're part of the Rocky's Mod Squad. We are hunting out comic book stores. Maybe we need to start a like a Yelp for comic book stores. A Yelp. 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 I meant the series ideas for you, not me. Oh, well, okay. Sure. That would be fun. I should do like I want to do like a road trip. Next road trip. See, this is why, truth be told, this is part of the reason I want to get good or get comfortable with mobile streaming, because when I do go on road trips or go to other locations, I want to be able to do live videos at a store or something like Adam Lawson does that. He was in I think Spain recently and did an amazing video in one comic book store which looked incredible. And it's similar like when I did the one in France. So so yeah, the funny thing is that the stores, one of the main stores that I went to, Album Comics, which I think is one of the biggest in Paris. Like I saw Jim Lee was there recently and Daniel Warren Johnson. And so it's kind of cool. I actually even sent them links. I'm like, hey, check out, I did a review just to like see if they would even be interested in the other comic book stores I reviewed in Paris. But yeah, it's cool that I got to go there. So yeah, let's check them out. All of them, Mark. Let's go, all of them. Little Bird has actively tried to jump into boiling pans before. Yikes. Where's the vote? We're not voting today. Awesome one. Because that'll just add to more. Hopefully you weren't hanging around just for the vote, but yeah, we're not voting on any books today. Cool Beans Comic Store, get good. Okay, hashtag Rocky on the road. Hashtag get good Rocky. That's the goal, guys. That is the goal. All right. Well, YouTube is telling me I started streaming 3 hours ago. Yikes. That's crazy. Is that true? I did. I started like 2:30. Wow, 3 hours, people. I was trying to cram that in an hour and a half. See how good that was. This is a good one. I'm keeping that one, John. That is a good one. Throw a random poll in the chat to meet the vote fix. I'm not going to do that. That's going to take time. And I'm going to break something if I do that. But thank you. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Hang on. Page 3. Oh boy, blew off your kids to stream. I did. Don't tell them. They don't watch my stream. I don't think so. Don't tell them. But they do have friends that watch. So, whoops. Welcome to the war. That's what Shanthan Jetty Art says. It's true. It's true. General Shanth. Stop it. All right, cool. You guys, I have kept you long enough, and you guys have stuck around long enough. I appreciate it. Please make sure you like the stream. I will very much appreciate that. And subscribe. You guys are all here. I have 222 subscribers. Maybe we should just stay there for a while, because I didn't get the final answer from anybody, but I think that is I'll ask my wife. She'll know if 222 is a good number. So anyway, it's been awesome hanging out with you guys. And I don't know if I will stream again this week. That's why I crammed it all in today. But definitely next week we'll be getting into a better rhythm-ish, sort of. So hopefully I'll be able to get into more streams, not so jam-packed. Anyway, thank you so much. Happy Wednesday. I will catch you guys later. Stay tuned for the chat and the chat ninja. See you later. I hope I'm muted for this end part too, because I need to be muted for this next part. So let's make sure of that. All right. See you guys later.